Oh my God, what is this music, bro? Get me out of here. All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sunday nighttime stream. I hit the live button and now I'm trying to get some music going. Hey, hey. All right, let me click this button over here as well. We are logging in. Click. Okay, logged in. What? It says I didn't upload any thumbnail. God, I hate the YouTube app. It sucks, bro. All right, let me upload a thumbnail. My God, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. All right, let's jump over here. Hot flabs. Hot flabs in your area. Why, YouTube notification gang. Hey, what's up, man? And same on this. All right, so we're going to change this to this. Okay, that is step number 1. Now we're going to change this, and it's Monday, Mister's Live. Happy Monday night! All slabs must be sold. Ultra low prices. Kidding. Live card shop. All right, so CS man, how's it going, man? Did you hear somebody bought you like 1 booster pack after you opened that cold box of Team Rocket Death and Rivals, and then that 1 booster pack had an alternative art in it for you? All right, so there we go. It's working. Let's go ahead and ping our Discord server. Speaking of which, we probably need to take a picture of the donations list now. September the 2nd, finally. So we're in the September donation time period. Let's see. Did Mr. Alex ping? Darn, it's the yucky thumbnail. Okay, that's all right, though. Not his fault. All right, that's playing good. Okay. Let me throw these away. All right. Here's an email from Mr. Christopher Houghton. He says, I ordered this on the nighttime stream. It was a 2nd box of Korean Black Bolt, but it never got open. I just scanned the whole broadcast twice over to be sure. Sounds like we owe Christopher Houghton a box of Black Bolt. You know, sometimes when an order is very similar, they like stack it in the same email, so it's possible that happened. It sounds like I missed it. Excuse me. All right, we're going to hit refresh on this. Very good. We're just getting things ready. So, over the last couple days, we got all of the consignment slabs a nice picture, and some of them had a nice price update. So now you guys know what we got. It's up to date. It's in Discord, okay? Today I worked. I really did. I did not have a lot of fun today. I really did just work. I was working on the tag slab submission, another one. So I submitted one yesterday, a big one, and then I worked on the one for today, and that one contained your guys' cards. Notably, Mr. Jose Arredondo had 2 cards that I could not actually send to them. They were Korean language cards. They're very nice cards. However, as of right now, Tag does not grade Korean cards. I'm sure they will soon, but they don't do it yet. And I'm going to tell them they really ought to. And I'm sure they want to. They just, we were discussing this the other day. They make it harder on themselves to do because they got to get the language right, because they put the real language, the foreign language goes onto the slab itself. All right, so let me stack these to the side. We have to actually get in the business of selling a lot of slabs, selling them fast and selling them cheap. If I'm going to grade 500 slabs at just tag grading, remember, I'm not going to stop grading with PSA. So if we're taking on, I don't know, 700 slabs per month, that's an increase in the slab sales. That means probably I need to get into the business of listing things on eBay, which 2 of you guys reached out on Discord to talk about that. I haven't responded. I'm too busy, I'm afraid. Sorry. Yeah, so we are looking for a guy who likes to spend his time doing some eBay listings, and might be a nice little side job. Doesn't make a ton of money necessarily, but it's good practice. And we are. If you got not a lot to do, Or if you've just got a lot of free empty time, it might be worth it. We are. Could even be something that gets done while we're live. If you like watching this stream every night, you can just do it while we're live. Because I might be able to take the pictures of those items while we're streaming. This is tilted. How's that look? Huh? That looks good. Whew. Yo, bro. It's like 6 ETBs and I pulled 0. CS Man, you weren't here. Someone stole Pokemon hits from the printing facility from a set. Oh, gosh. I'm here for the ultra low prices. Yeah, I want the ultra low prices. Those sound nice. So, look, I put CS Man on this 100K giveaway here. Let's do spot number 2 is going to open up for tonight. This is a pricier card. It's like almost $100. So to get onto this card will be a little harder. Let's see. This shall say 100K up here. And it's going to be a 1 in 20, I think. 1, 2, 3. No, let's do a 1 in 6. All right, so to get onto this list, you'll need to type in 100K into the live chat. Let me go ahead and set this up. Mega Haluchi should have been an evolution, so sad it's locked to Mega only. I didn't even think it was that good. They didn't change it too much. His was a bit boring, wasn't it? Like anticlimactic. All right, so to get into this, you need to type in 100K. 100K, 100K, that's the keyword, 100K, because we're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're at like 98.5 roughly. We're getting there, guys, slowly. We had a pretty bad month last month for subscribes, but we're hoping to get back on it. You know what happened? We had these videos that were doing really well, and then YouTube just decided no more views for those videos. Just like that, they just decided you don't get any more views for those videos. So that's the algorithm kind of spurring you on to make new content. Mike's side did a pretty good thing. He got a nice video up to, how many views did he get on that? Like 27,000 or something. That was a more recent video. So I think his skill is improving. That's a good thing. We want to see more of that. As much of that as possible, really. And I have been kind of bad on making content myself. I've been making less of it. But that's just because I'm so busy. Here we are. All right. Shows the importance. 151 is so pricey. Yeah, I'm going to do it today, though. You're working with that within a budget, CS? Hello, everyone. It's Aquanix. So, CS Man, you got to take a look at this. Are you watching? So, somebody got you a free booster pack, and it turned into this free alt art. Look at that. He looks well-centered, too. That's the craziest part. He might be gradable. So, that's Mabo Stiff. Arvin's Mabo Stiff alt art from Destined Rivals. That was one booster pack. Imagine that. You opened a whole box of Destined Rivals and didn't really pull too much, and then the very next pack was an alt art. That's exactly how it goes, you know. But let's take a quick look at who that was. Isaac Thomas got that for you. That was Mr. Isaac Thomas. He's kind of new to our group, but he's really cool so far. We are. All right. I feel like he's new. Are you kind of newish? I think you're newish. Yeah, you got a regular Pokeball. Turn my phone down a bit here. All right, so what we're going to do next, in our YouTube channel, we have a channel called the Donation Score, and basically we take a picture of the list. This picture lets us know what was contributed for each month and who was making contributions. So if we, let me clean my phone. My phone always gets dirty. The camera takes bad pictures at that point. All right. Okay, so we're going to take a picture of this card. August 2025. And why don't we have a little fun? Let's add it all up and see what it totals. Actually, let's retake the picture with the total on it. All right, so let's take a picture with the total. Let's evolve it. We'll say 100 plus 306. And that's 166, I think. 166, 5, 10, 365. Oh, that's me. 150. I was like, that's generous. 12, 120, 100. Let's see. Alex did 14. And Isaac did 12. And Avik did 10. And Sarah did 50. Oh, yeah, we have to give that away, don't we? We have to give that away. So we still have, where'd it go? Don't we? We still have that box we have to give away from Miss Sarah. Okay, so for the month of August, $1,420. Wow. That's wild. We should have done this sooner. That shows you really how generous people in this group are. Because I didn't donate the most. I mean, I donated slabs really, but my amount made it up to 365. Maybe it should be a little higher, maybe a little lower. I don't know. Because how much I give away is kind of in theory. It depends on what the value of that slab is. Now, let's see who the most generous person was. Here's 306, 166, 10. LaFlame was 100. Some really big donations. Look, that's 100, 100. Sarah was 50. So I think it's Mark Valerian. Ooh. That makes it look like I'm scratching out his name. Should have done like a circle around it. I'll remember that for next time. We're going to say, oops, we're going to say Mark Valerian. That's Mr. Hawaiian Rifleman. That's who that is. That's crazy. Isn't that a lot of money? It's pretty impressive. Actually, I think the numbers were really crazy for the previous month. Yeah, it looks like Mark Valerian might have given away like $1,000. Is that right? I don't know about that. That's nuts, dude. Okay, let's zoom in here. Some people just like to spread the love a little bit. All right. We should have done that for the previous list. Okay, let me go back over here and get this music playing for us. All right, there we go. Now, this list shall be for September 2025. And notably, this is an $80 slab. So I'll be at the top. Number 1, TCC 1. Oh, I should have said 80. $80. There it goes. Already screwing it up. All right, cool. So this is September. We're moving into September. Good. CS Man, let me put your bag away. How cool is that? All right, we got Pikachu. We're all about these slab breaks, by the way. We got a lot to choose from. Blastoise. You could, of course, buy slabs outright. It's a little better to buy them outright. Great slabs in the Poke Shuffle box, too. Let's take a quick look at the queue. All right, so Christopher Houghton, he said he's owed a Black Bolt box. All right, this is for Christopher Houghton. You ready? Christopher Houghton. All right. Maybe before we go through this, let's find this bag. Okay, Christopher Houghton. Here it is. It says 925 on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's one box. And he said he bought 2 boxes. All right, cool. How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday night. How's your collection going? We collect Pokemon cards here. We collect. Yes. We like to do some degenerate Pokemon card openings. There we are. And see how lucky we get. This. All right. No way, mister. We can buy them outright. We don't have to sign them away. You don't have to sign them away. That's right. All right. I got a whole bunch of cards going off to tag grading now. Not super expensive types. A lot of cheaper ones. A lot of holographic cards. In particular, I got some cheap Gengars going in. And so I can't wait for those to come back. We got a couple of McDonald's cards going in, of course. Man, I'm looking forward. I hope we get 1 or 2 not prismatics, pristine 10s, but I don't know. Bet it's probably hard getting that grade. Is PSA soon? Is PSA soon? Probably another week, and then maybe then. Here we are. All right, so we've got Darumaka. Very cute. That's Darumaka. How was your Labor Day with your wife? Nothing exciting at all. We went out to eat at the cheap Chinese buffet. There's a Chinese buffet that we drive like 30 minutes to. It's $35 for the 2 of us. So it's a little over $15 each. They got these yummy chicken skewers, so I just eat those. Then we came home, and for dinner I had Little, cheap little steaks. Cost like $8. They got no marbling. They're just cheap little steaks. I had those with a little serving of macaroni, and that was it. And that was my food for the day. We are probably not the healthiest meals, but just enjoying my Labor Day weekend. Ooh, N. Look at that N. Very nice. But tomorrow's Tuesday, and I'm probably going to get back to eating a little tougher. Today, I would say I probably enjoyed myself. Here's Bisharp. It's Monday night. Yes. Did I say Sunday night? I probably messed that up. I know tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, it's Tim Pool. Not to be confused with Tim Pool. Okay. Yeah, that PSA submission hasn't gone out yet, which means that you have time to add to it. Think about it. If I send it out right now, that means the next card you pull, you're going to have to wait for the entire rotation. So, still time to jump into the current one. The current submission. Okay. Wow, that's a nice Emolga. I like that Emolga. He's nice looking. All right. Seismitoad. And a Superior. All right. Good. Tossing these. Shiboinks. All right. So this is for you, Christopher Houghton, Emolga, Master Ball, Bisharp, Ends Plan, Timpole twice, huh? And Darumaka. Is it Darumaka? I don't remember his name. Very cute, guys. Loving this design. Oh, that is a CS Man bag. Huh. All right, CS Man, I'll have to remember that you have a bag there. Weird. That's the wrong box for that to be in. Nope. Where's Christopher Houghton's stuff? Christine, CS Man, Christian. Oh, right. I didn't put his bag back in because I knew I was about to use it. Here it is. Ta-da! Just got off work. It's been 100 inside all day. I'm dying. 100 degrees? Jesus. You ask Mr. Yet Holmes? What? 52 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. Do you think Trump's going to do it? People are all speculating that Trump's having heart disease right now based off of a picture of his hand that had a big purplish bruise on it all right here. And they say that's like a sign that he's got like a blood issue going on. And then another picture where his face looked maybe a little lumpy or something like that. So there's speculation he's close to a heart attack. Yeah. He tweeted, or whatever you want to call it, he truthed from his Truth social media website that he's feeling fine, that he's not sick. Yeah, I don't know. Weekend at Bernie's, I heard. It's a little yeah, that's right. Weekend at Bernie's, huh? It's got to be storked. Who knows? Who knows? But he's real old. So if you told me he died tomorrow of heart attack, I'd be like, yeah, that's what happens. At that age, every day is a gift, you know, because it's like it could happen any day. Any day could be your last. You're at the end of the line. All right. But what was your question? Your question is, do you think Trump's going to send the federal guard in? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to send the federal guard in. All right. What do you guys think? You think you should do it? All right. What do we got here? We got some slabs for you guys. I'm in the business of selling you slabs, okay? All right. So, with these big submissions going out, I got to stop holding on to my slabs as hard and start letting them go much faster. And it's a different perspective on the slabs. That doesn't mean they're going to be 50% off. It just means some that I would have held on to and not sold at all, probably going to become available for sale these days. And then some that I would have held out on for a longer period of time will have a shorter period of time before I feel that it's got to go. I already know there's nothing like this for sale online. I've looked. There's nothing like this for sale. Okay, nice $45 card. Jolteon Carddass got a 9. How many are in the Espeon slide break? 2 people. 2 out of 26. It's got a long way to go. We call that the rare candy break. You know why? Because it takes a while for it to go off. Should you collect that Espeon? 1,000%. That Espeon has done nothing but go up in price all the way up to today. It just keeps going up. Why wouldn't it go up? It's absolutely gorgeous. If you own that Espeon, in 5 years, it's going to be like triple price. I don't know if that will actually happen for sure. But, you know, it awfully feels like it, doesn't it? It sure feels like it. This is Quest Sticker Jolteon. Quest. I really don't know what to sell this at. Maybe $70. Okay. New slabs coming up here. So I think what really needs to be worked on, though, we need to work on getting the expensive slabs priced. Ooh, it's humid in here, man. We're at that temperature outside where the AC doesn't kick on, so the humidity seeps into the room. Yeah, the AC keeps the humidity at bay, but if it's too cool outside, the AC won't kick on. We're in September. The weather really starts to change in Missouri in September. We're in the fall. It's gorgeous out here. It's really gorgeous. I was having a conversation with AI again. AI recommended once again that I do move. I said, AI, what's the best financial move for me? And it said, get out of Missouri. I was like, why? It said, I'm in a lucky position where I'm allowed to buy in to the hottest markets in the United States that are certainly going to go up. And so I get to buy into those markets because I get to live anywhere I want. And I said, your smartest move is to buy into a housing market that's guaranteed going to go up faster than Missouri. And then I said on top of that, you will pay less taxes if you buy into the right market. And I was like, man, that is probably true. So I think we're still on track to move. That is how we're feeling about it. Still going to move. All right, you guys like that? Those are 40, 40, 45, 45. That's cheap as hell, dude. That's very cheap for a PSA 10 anything. Isaac Thomas, 2 Minecraft base, 2 Minecraft hobby. You got it, man. Okay, Minecraft base, Oh, here's that. This Celestial, baby. So 2 of these. I gotta be careful. I got some lower back pain going on. I got some lower back pain going on. I don't want it to evolve into something scarier. So I gotta move carefully tonight. All right, I need some Minecraft. All right, sorry about that. I just had to go find some. I didn't know where I was keeping them. Whew. Get her out of that box. Okay. The keyword tonight is actually 100K. That's the keyword tonight. Okay, this is a nice fresh box of Minecraft cards. We've been successfully selling Minecraft cards for like 3 years now, guys. Let that sink in. Let that hit you. Okay. So Miss Alexis came in, and she got all the shipping done. So it's all being picked up Tuesday, because there was no mail pickup today. Now, that being said, Wednesday and Friday, there was no shipping. Unfortunately, it was just a bad situation. So the shipping did not go out on Saturday. So some of you guys have been waiting a while for your cards. But that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. It just means they're running late, okay? Here's Cobblestone, 410. Ooh. All right. There we go. Very good. Let's see. All right. Ender Dragon. Oh. Okay. That's an XZ card already. I'm seeing 7 bills. Next one up is 1K. What are you saying? Ooh, that's nice. Gunpowder, huh? Diving deep for ingredients. That's cool, man. So there are chrome cards in these Minecraft hobby packs, including numbered chrome cards. Pretty neat. This is printed by the Panini Company. It's a pretty respectable card printing company, right? Panini, you guys know them. They do the sports. There you are. All right. All right. All of it's printed by Panini. Like this base set pack, this was Panini as well. It was all Panini. We also have Minecraft McDonald's cards. Would you guys like to be able to open those? Ooh, zombie and drowned. Cool. If it was Japanese, I'd be in it. I collect all languages. I don't say no English. I don't say, oh, I only collect English. I don't say no, I won't collect Spanish or Korean or Chinese or any of them. To me, it's all a market, and some of it looks very nice. And sometimes I look at the cards, I gaze at them, and I go, here's my nice foreign language card that's going up in price. There you are. So it doesn't really matter to me. All right. Very good. Very nice. Okay. But I will state this, saying that you don't want the English is a bit odd because a lot of people really prefer the English. So I would say that's one of the safest ones. Yes. Part of the reason for that is because of how hard it is to actually grade English 10 anything. So with it being so hard to grade 10, it definitely moves up in price because there's a scarcity to it. So people open tons and tons of it, but it doesn't matter because never going to grade 10. I'm just picky. I prefer my Japanese. All right. I'm more into Polynesian Pokemon cards. All right. There we go. That is for Isaac Thomas. He's been enjoying some of these Minecraft cards. Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. Got a lot of cards here. These are actually all gradable. I don't think Tag will grade them. PSA will grade these though. We are. We have already graded some of these with PSA. Mister, you got the new Top SpongeBob set released today. I didn't know there was a new Top SpongeBob set. Let me take a quick look into it, okay? Top SpongeBob, you say? Give me a second, everybody. Let's take a quick look into this. You know, he's not really a card set I would have been looking for. Let's see. What is going on here? That's a nice song, isn't it? All right. Okay. Let's try this. Is it SpongeBob 25th anniversary? Okay, let's see. SpongeBob's always kind of fun. He's not like the biggest moneymaker ever, but it's like some people will open it. Nope, can't find that for sale over there. All right, let's see. I mean, I see a collection from China. I don't see an English top set. Yeah, you can link me to it, but I don't see it. All right. So you might be thinking of something else. I don't know. There might be more to that story. Mr. CS Man wants 10 of the 151s. Oh, really? Always going after my 150 wins. Let's see if we have 10. That'd be really convenient. Nah, it's going to be like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, of course. So we got 8. So what that means is I have to go open a 151. I'll be back, guys. Topps Chrome SpongeBob 25th anniversary cards. All right, let me look. Scooby-Dooby. Let's see. I like SpongeBob. I don't know if I'm willing to risk a lot of money for SpongeBob cards. What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't see a lot of it. I don't see like any interesting options for it. So I'm betting it's pretty severely overpriced. I'll keep an eye out for it. We'll see what happens. All right, so let me go get those 151s for Mr. CS-Man. He's waiting long enough. I'll be back. All right, here we are. By the way, there was another item I wanted to add back onto the menu. Give me a second here. All right, let's see about this. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo-doo. Scooby Booby Dum. Scooby Dooby Doo. Doo 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 doo. All right, so the item in question, we're buying some of it right now because we're anticipating potential sales of it. Okay, we'll get rid of this now. And it is called the Crown Zenith Sea and Sky Premium Collection. And we got to pick a price for it as well. Oops, that's not right. Okay. What is going on? Oh my God, dude. Okay. Okay, I've got a price for you guys. Let me go update it. It's a product I expect to go up over time, and I was just sitting on some of it. It's going to go under Pokemon English. Where should it be pasted, I wonder? Celebration, Sword and Shield, UPC. Probably right here after Sword and Shield, UPC. Sword and Shield, Sea and Sky, UPC. And then it's at a pretty decent price, I suppose. So ours is going to be $279. And now it's saying we have no more room on our menu. That's crazy. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this Pokemon Vintage. Let's see, we're going to get rid of Pokemon Vintage, yeah. That whole category is gone. All right, we're going to hit save. Now let me show you a picture of the product. Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here goes. So this is available now. We're doing $279 on these. There it is. You get all the contents, including this Rayquaza right here, but you do not get the big card in the back because I don't want to ship it. It'll be a pain in the ass. But it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 packs of the Crown Zenith. That's not bad. Crown Zenith, 14 packs. So I'll set this here for now. But, you know, we're just looking to have cool things on the menu, so that's on the menu now. J. Oliver says, wow. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So that's on the menu now. We're doing $279 on that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. Look at these Mario cards. They're so cute and they're very affordable. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, ready? The more cards you guys grade with me, the more you learn how exceptionally hard it is to actually get 10s. So when you see a lovely 10 in front of you, you really have to stop and appreciate that. You got to stop and smell the roses. You got to go, wow, that's a nice 10. Yes. PSA 10 on something is pretty hard. Crown Zenith is a great set. I have doubles of so many cards from that set. Yeah, so what's nice about the Crown Zenith Sea and Sky is not only do you get all those booster packs out of the set, but you are also going to get those promos. So the promos themselves are kind of valuable. Oh, a great start. This Gengar is very desirable. Okay, that's a good start. Bet you he's like $100 in a 10 already. Okay, Haunter, Omastar, might be more than 100. Gengar's pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Ooh, that, by the way, that's what we ought to host a break on. We ought to get a Gengar break going. What do you guys think? Gengar break? Who here wants a Gengar break? Mr. CS Man, so far, so cold. So cold. Come on, something other than hollows, please. Oh my God, you're getting all the hollows. There we go. We've got a Wigglytuff full art. Tough as hell, man. Gengar and Sableye break. You like Sableye? Sableye's cool, man. Hollows, hollows, hollows. And, oh, you're just getting nervous. But look at that. Right at the end, one hit pops out. Mew Golden. Look at that. That's why you don't give up until the last pack is open. You don't give up hope. So, not a bad round, actually. You got a nice little Gengar Hollow, and you got a nice Golden Mew. You also have this stack of hollows if you like the hollows. Some people don't like them. If you ever don't want your hollows, guys, I would be happy to accept them as a donation. All right. Gengar Master Ball last sold for 500. It's going up. Remember, I made a predictions video saying that card's not bad. Couldn't help but notice my name not on the tag sub list, mister. Big fella, tell me what card you had. We are. You know, it's weird. When we created the list, I felt like something wasn't there. This. Tell me what you should have had there, Mr. Big Fella. I'm going to create another channel in our Discord server. This channel is going to be called the... Okay. Cancel that. We're going to duplicate this channel and call it the monthly submissions channel. Okay, so I will have an internal channel where I take a picture of all the cards you're grading so that I have a electronic memory of everything. Okay, he said, I couldn't help. It was for Riley WK. Can you tell me what card it was? Riley, huh? Would have been a Riley card, huh? Yeah, tell me what card it was real fast. So let's get moving on to these orders. Actually, let me check for that Gengar real fast. I said I wanted to do a Gengar, didn't I? Give me a moment there, guys. This should go here. And I need my Gengar box. We gotta be breaking Gengars, man. Can't not be breaking Gengars. It's my job to determine that the Gengars must be broken. I can't find them. Where am I keeping them? This is my Gengar box, but they're not in here. Oh, here he is. I found one. All right, we're good. Mr. Big Fella, tell me what card it was, will you? Do you remember what it was? I get bad headaches time to time. Weather been bad. Okay, give me a second here, guys. It is my job to be the host of breaks. I want me some Pokey Knot cards. Indonesia Uprising. Mister, you're in Indonesia. Be careful. We must overthrow the corrupt government and seize the means of production. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe I just go to bed. People, you know, by the time they're at that point where they're ready to overthrow everything, they're pretty angry. What exactly is going on? They don't like the election outcomes. They don't like the way the government is spending money. It's usually something like that. They go, this damn government. Do you give service of grading? What's the process if I want to send in to you? Yeah, so I do middleman grading, and you would mail me the cards, and then after I receive them, I would send them to the grading company of your choice. You know, so you would need to contact me privately if you want my address to mail them in. And then, hold on here. I'm setting this up now, guys. Divided by 40. It's going to be 20 spots even. That's what we're doing here. 20 spots. Nah, let's do 19. 19's sexier. All right. Okay. Hey, what's up, Hawaiian Rifleman? Now, where's my sleeves? Oh, I already grabbed it. Okay, good. Now, so we're adding a break to the table. We're all about the breaks, guys. Locking in this Gengar break for you guys. Oh, that's a good one, man. He's good. He's basically a rare candy. With 19 spots, he's a big one. G for Gengar. All right, what we got now? We got Gengar. We got Espeon. Now, Espeon, look at this. He's from 2023. Espeon's older, from 2021. He's already from 2023. He's kind of old. Okay, give me another one. Mega Gengar. Oh, we got two Gengars. It's the year of the Gengar. The Heartbreak Break. Love the Heartbreak Break. Topped Moltres. All right, so that's what we're looking like here, guys. Cool stuff. Notably, the Moltres is a short break, 1 in 7. This is a Jolteon English. Here's an Espeon, really highly desirable artwork. And then here we have a faster Gengar, Master Ball Gengar. Now, I like this one because I really strongly feel like it's going up in price. So, you know, you might jump in this break, and then this card, if you were to pull it, this card might be worth more money than you even got at the time that it broke. All right. So, who do we have an order from next? If you never ordered before, guys, check out the description of the live stream. That's where you place orders. It's in the description of the live stream. It's super easy. You just send me some money. That's it. We don't have a website that you have to sign up for. There's nothing like that. It's just PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, really easy. And then I get an email saying what you opened. That's it. So Dominic, 10 packs of Eevee Heroes Korean. I had to look into that because I had a supplier, the Korean supplier, reached out to me, and he told me he's got Korean. Here it is. All right. So Eevee Heroes. He said he had Eevee Heroes in stock, and I noted, I was like, well, hold on. That's his supplier cost, and it's super expensive. So let me look into something. Okay. How bad is Korean Eevee Heroes getting? I don't have a lot of this left. Oh my God. Holy Jesus, it's getting so expensive. All right. So it looks like, what are we doing on our EV Heroes? So on EV Heroes, we're doing 4.5. We're going to move it to 5 for now because we actually do not want to sell this product very much. We want this product to sit. All right, so he's moved to $5. The EV Heroes is very interesting right now. Dominic Gonzalez, 10 EV Heroes. All right. All right, 10 EV Heroes. You got it, man. Very, very cool. 1, 2, 3. Damn, why Japanese Gengar are so expensive? Remember, there is no English version of the Master Ball Gengar. It's a Japanese exclusive. Here we are. I want you to think. What are my odds of pulling Master Ball Gengar? Well, if there's 151 Pokemon plus trainers, your odds are pretty bad. I don't know your exact odds for that Gengar, but he might be popping out once every like 140 boxes or something. There we are. That's pretty bad. Here we go. All right, Dominic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Very nice. Did you hear about the UN office raid in Yemen? No? Tell me about it. Tell me all about it. I want to know. Indonesian lawmaker income is 40 to 50 times more than the average median household of a regular person there. And then they gave themselves a raise. Human greed. It knows no bounds. Dang, dude. Be right back. I'm going to go be an Indonesian politician. This. Good for them, man. Good for them. They are. But, you know, ultimately, even though they want to fight with their politicians, ultimately, the people of Indonesia must know the only way to get wealthy is to produce goods and sell them. You also have that tough step. You have to sell them after. We are. So you must produce, and then you must sell. Ooh, no luck here, Dominic. No luck here. I know that's getting to be a pricey round, actually. EV Heroes Korean is starting to turn into a premium product. We used to open them for like $2 a pack back in the day. We opened a whole box for like 60 bucks. So exciting back then. Now it's starting to turn into a premium product. It's all opened. All right. So there is a Gengar Master Break to jump into. He's a real G, if you know what I mean. Mr. Dominic with the D. Let's go find your bag. Dominic. Here you go. Moonbryon in this set, guys. EV Heroes Korean has Moonbryon. All right. I need to rotate on the slabs. What do we got here? Oh, mama. That's a good slab. You got a 9. It's still really good, but it's a 9. Okay, I missed a break. So here's a Zap, a 1 in 6 Aerodactyl, NH double season here. 5 spots left, everybody. We pulled this ourselves. This was one of our cards. Cool. From our Fossil box break. Anthony Kalura. Bowser. All right, it is time. Let's see. So I've got an empty box here on my left. I'm going to start transitioning all the heavy big end cards into that box until this thing next to my side is empty. It is time to start repricing and rotating all the high-end cards. We list these in our Discord server. How is it that the Destined Rivals is going up in price in Black Bolt and White Flare, so pricing compared to Journey Together? I don't know. If you like Journey Together, go buy some. We got some. It's cheaper. It's cheaper on our menu, too, so go buy some. right, look at that. Oh, yes. Ooh, that just gets me. Oh, man. There we go. I think my man nipples just got hard. Go toss this over here. All right. Chansey. Okay, that's Autism Chansey. Good. Okay. Good. So those have all been rotated to the side box. They're ready to make it up onto the ready to make it up onto the table. Jalen Lange, he says, for 4 prismatics. Ooh, prismatics. All right, prismatic time. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got it. 4 prismatics. Oh, yeah. Prismatic. A shot at a God pack worth $10,000. Or something like that. That's why people open this. This set is the Dark Souls of Pokemon cards. You're not going to pull what you want. The odds are against you. But it's pretty cool because there's God packs in here that contain every evolution. And when you pull it, it's like pulling $10,000, potentially $10,000 worth of cards. All right. What we got? Ortega. Oh. JT is a weaker set. I like it. Articuno's in it. Ooh, Master Ball Dracloak. Got a nice Articuno. Got a nice Vibrant Wailord in it. It's got a nice Lily Clefairy. That's really cool. It's got a notably, it's got a nice Snorlax Hollow in it. I like it. I don't hate it. Here's Barrier. I saw a post of Scalpers having difficulty getting rid of their Journey Together. Really? Man, that makes me feel like buying more of it. It is not a set that bothers me at all. I think that that's a good set. Journey Together? That makes me want to go pick up some more Journey Together. Okay. Very nice. Let me go look at Journey Together. They might have printed more than they needed, so that might be it. Because if Journey Together was just already really expensive, people would be like, of course Journey Together is too expensive. It's got all the best hits in it. You know, like they'd be so smart. Let's see. Pokemon card list, Journey Together, Pokelector. Let's just take a look at this, shall we? I'm going to zoom in as much as I'm allowed. And now we shall see. I'm going to zoom into this. Now we shall... What's that? Now we shall see. Blaziken in there. I see Blaziken. Oops. Keep that private, sort of. Let's see. Let's see. Notably, a lot of these hollows have, like, you know, Ionis this, Ionis that. Oh, it's a Best Buy ad. I see what's going on. That's really annoying. There we go. That's super annoying, dude. Freaking ads everywhere. It's a nice Mimikyu. I like this Cubone hollow. There's Pupitar, but then it cuts off. No Tyranitar? Piloswine. Everyone loves Piloswine. Oh, there it is. Tyranitar right there. Tyranitar hollow in the set. That's interesting. Let's see. Galarian, Hops Corviknight, Hops Snorlax. I like that. I think I mentioned that. Salamence Strutagon. I'm just having a quick look. All right, so let's scroll down. Let's see the good stuff. So, Articuno, Wailord, Iona's Watrel, Lily's Rabombi, Lycanrot's decent, En's Reshiram's good, Furret, Noibat, Hops Wooloo. Okay. Let's see. Okay, last couple cards. Lily's Clefairy, Iona's Bellybolt, Salamence Altart, and Zoroark, Hobstation. So I agree. This set's always going to cost a little less than the other sets. Basically, it's got some decent pulls in it. It's like a B tier set, not a C tier. C tier is like junk. You know, it's got nothing to offer. But notably, I like the Articuno a lot. I like the Wailord a lot. Iona's Watrel is one of those new Pokemon, but I think Iona is going to be popular as a Pokemon girl. En's Reshiram is kind of cool. I think that the alternative art Lily's Clefairy is always going to be a desirable card to own. Clefairy is an original base set Pokemon. And then the Ensor arc is decent. Hopstation, maybe not so crazy. The Salamence is decent. The Altart Salamence, just a nice Salamence card. Yeah, I can see it. There's fewer options in here. Cubone was cool. Hop Snorlax was cool. Mimikyu is decent. Anything else that I missed? Yeah, okay. So it's just, it doesn't have as many, like, hits. And its top hit, you know, Lily's Clefairy, it's really just going to appeal toward Lily collectors. Doesn't have, like, Charizard, Gengar, Umbreon, Lugia. I get really tired of that, actually. Are you guys tired of that? I'm really tired of the set's worth just being tied to, does it have Lugia? Does it have Charizard? Does it have Gengar? Does it have Umbreon or the evolutions? It's just a couple of Pokemon. Does it have Mewtwo, Mew? And then that's it. It either has it or it doesn't have it. All right, let's get to it. Mr. Jalen. Beautiful. Ooh. Hello, Miss Sarah. The new market Umbreon has dropped. I saw a comparison today. Somebody made a good point that Fusion only has 3 or 4 good cards in it, and JT is the same. So JT is what Fusion Strike was not too long ago. I think it will appeal to fans of Iona because of the Iona AR, the Iona Belly Bolt, and it will appeal to fans of Lily. It'll appeal to Lily fans as well. So it's more of a niche set. Definitely more niche. All right, Jalen, with the JA. All right. Let's see. J Sharp. Do you have a bag? Jalen, yes you do. Jalen, you got a pretty old bag from 225, huh? Welcome back. There you go. You'll want to ship your bag before February 2026, okay? So don't let it get too close to February 2026. 4 more Prismatic. I ordered again. Nice. Looking forward to that. But you're going to have to wait your turn because, well, let's see if anyone else ordered Prismatic. Nope. So I'm going to let you jump the line and get your packs together, okay? How about that? We're going to let him jump the line, guys. So he wants 4 more Prismatics. It's a pretty big order, actually. Prismatic is notoriously expensive. So let's get him his 4 Prismatics. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. I'm sorry. Zoom. My fault, my bro. I'm getting ready for work. Okay. Rayquaza needs to make a comeback in one of these sets. Yeah, Rayquaza's another one. There's just like a handful of Pokemon. Everyone wants just those Pokemon and not a lot else. And it does get kind of tiring. There we go. Ooh. Very nice. Oh. All right, very nice. The Iona and Paldean Fates is so good. Sneeping this. Sneep. Sneeping this. I remember there was a time period after Scarlet Violet released where the Japanese girl cards were the top pulls in the Pokemon sets. You guys remember that time period? That was a crazy time period. Yeah, the girl cards going for a whole lot of money. Here's Heatran. Here's Spritzy Iron Boulder. So Heatran's a nice Pokeball. Bazoink. Mega Hawlucha is now Luchador. Here's this. Yeah, I saw that. That was a couple days ago they released that. Here's Rescue Board Larry's skill. Here we are. I don't like Larry putting that glove on. He's looking like a hitman. And Espeon. Very nice. Very nice. Typical Prismatic. This 3-day weekend went by too fast. Yeah. Yeah, Karis was basically depressed. Actually, she is distraught because that little kitty cat that keeps coming back to our home, he did not show up at all today. And now she's scared that the cat got kidnapped by people who came down for Labor Day weekend. She's also worried that the cat could have got ran over or eaten. The cat has shown up every single day like clockwork to hang out with her. The cat just loves her to death. And today he did not show up at all, which is very unusual. And so now she's terrified that the cat's been stolen, kidnapped, ran over, or eaten. And I'm like, uh-oh. Like, she could not even relax. She was so distraught over this. Just some outdoor neighborhood cat that figured out how to work a little cat door in our garage. Oh, no. Did they ask the owner? We have not spoken to the owners of the cat. I told her maybe to just relax. Maybe the cat's just indoors with the owner or something like that. I also pointed out the weather's nicer right now, so maybe the cat's just having fun outside. I don't know. I don't want to tell her that, but I feel like something bad might have happened personally because I've seen that cat's behavior. He spends more time in this house than he does outside because he just comes in and she just spoils him with like treats and everything and plays with him and everything. So for him to just be gone for like a full day, not even pop by, that's unusual. He has to be stuck indoors somewhere. Maybe the original owners brought him in. I don't know. All right. So, but Karis is very distraught over this. She's worried he got eaten or something. Because there's a lot of woods out here. There's like, you know, there's dogs that roam. There's a fox. There's multiple foxes. There's, you know, there's actually bobcats. They make the bobcat screech. A lot of eagles. There's a lot of big eagles out here. Eagles and hawks. Okay, 2OP6 Omar Batui. So this will be the English version of the set. Let me get that for you. If it's a week, I'd be worried. You will find out. But anyways, so she's pretty distraught over that. She's an interesting kind of person. I'm a very materialistic kind of person. I like having stuff. Houses, maybe like cars. Although I don't always recommend buying cars. But, you know, I like having nice things. She is not a materialistic kind of person. She does not care about jewelry or dollar bills or any of that stuff. She's like typical engineer type. She wants a book and a blanket and apparently this cat now. And the cat is missing, so it's absolutely devastating. Wow, it is so hot in this room, dude. My AC's not kicking in because it's too cool outside. The AC's not kicking in, and room just feels so hot and humid right now. Hopefully it shows up tomorrow. Yeah, that cat has been showing up all day long, every single day, basically. So for it to suddenly just stop like that, something happened to it, or somebody has it indoors, or somebody stole them. She's scared of that. She's scared somebody came by for Labor Day weekend. There's a lot of people who come down here. The whole neighborhood fills up with people. And she's worried that the cat was so friendly that somebody decided they liked it and just picked it up, put it in their car, and drove away with it. We are. So who knows? Turn the house fan on. Yeah, I might need to turn on the house fan. We don't have one of those in this house, but we do have a regular fan. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the attic fan. I had that. My parents had one of those. You guys have attic fans? Ooh, Gligar. Hasn't been priced in a while. That Sky Ridge Gligar reverse foil. I bought a round of Sky Ridge reverse foils at some point because I felt they were going to do well. Sky Ridge Gligar. Okay. Looks like his price stays about the same. All right. New sleeve, though. Let's give him a new sleeve. Friggin' catnappers. Yeah, she's worried. He's very nice, very friendly cat. She's worried he came up to somebody. They thought, oh, what a nice cat. Let's steal him when we go home for Labor Day. Let's go. Because they come down here to Lake of the Ozarks from like St. Louis, Kansas City, right? And it would be very easy to kidnap a cat. You'd be like, here we go. Put it in the car. All right. Anyways, she was super distraught over it. She's laying by the, she's laying on the couch waiting to see if he shows up to the back door. Okay, Aaron Rodriguez, 2 151 English and 2 151 Japanese. Your central air should be able to turn on just the fan, not heating, cooling. Oh, that's an interesting thought. So 2 of the 151 Japanese. All right, let's get that 151 Japanese. I am not as attached to the kitty cat, so it does not affect me as much, but it does make me upset to see her feel so bad about it. I thought maybe we should get some outdoor cats. The whole idea of an outdoor cat means she gets to hang around some cats, but the cat doesn't need to stink up the inside of my home, maybe, because it seemed like it was a pretty good arrangement. But if we're getting ready to move, it might not be a good idea to try and set up anything with cats for now. All right, here goes. Okay, we got Giovanni. Mister, I sent you a Discord DM about the tag submission. Mr. Big Fella, thank you so much. Let's take a quick look at this. Oops. Let me mark this in red. What name did you go under? I don't see it. What name? I see Wrath. I see Isaac. I see Mr. Whipple. You're not Oss, are you? Let's see. Nope, that's Austin Warren. I don't think I received it. I don't think I received it. Could you bump that, Mr. Big Fella? All right, back to this. It's Big Fella. Okay. I currently do not see a message from Big Fella. Can you bump it? Can you just like type anything and bump it real fast? I'll make sure that I get that communication. All right, Aaron Rodriguez, part 2. You ready? Aaron Rodriguez. So, Lapras, Articuno. When will the BGS submission be sent? So I'm going to have to start cutting you guys off on those questions, because I noticed that question, along with when is it coming back, gets asked an awful lot. It's the same. It's kind of the same schedule every single time. So the way we do it is about once per month. So if we did a BGS submission, let's say 2 weeks ago, then there needs to be about another 2-week wait, and then it goes out. The reason we do that is to give more time for the cards to accumulate. So, you know, it's open for submissions, and then it all goes out at once, and then it comes back later. But so we're getting too many of the same exact questions for grading. I notice with grading, it's always the same question. So we need to have like a system where you guys don't need to ask the question because you already know the answer to it. Basically, it's about 1 month from the last submission. All right, Aaron Rodriguez. I didn't know it was already sent. Clyde is blocking me by the scene. Seems want to ingest. Can you email it to TheCardconomist at gmail.com if you're having trouble contacting me? You may need to friend me. You're saying Discord is blocking you. Okay, Aaron Rodriguez. Sorry, Aaron. No luck there. Mr. Aaron. Oh, you've got the big box up top. Welcome back, man. You could email it to me. That's a good way to make sure I get the contact. Here it is. Very good. We publicly post when the submissions go out, so keep an eye on that, everybody. We publicly post about it. All right. Ooh, a special Meowth. Boy, I bet his price hasn't changed. That Meowth is pretty cool. You've seen this Meowth before. That is cool. Here is Venusaur for $740. Cloud, Wave 1 Cloud, $14.50. Wow. That's cool. What was the email? It's my name. It's my name at gmail.com. So TheCardconomist at gmail.com. Just our straight up name. You can also find the email in the description of the live stream at the top of the description. Okay, we have an order. Mr. Alex 151 Japanese. Alex with the Sniper-roonies. Let's see. There we go. Ready? Ooh, Kangaskhan. Ooh. That cloud is the one that should have been broken. No, that'd have been a huge break. That'd have been a mega break. He's available for sale right now. All right, Alex PSX. I mean, if you think about that, that's almost double the price of Wave 2. That had taken forever. We are. Alex PSX. Nothing crazy popping out of there, Alex. Alex, I think we better split this into 2 bags now. He'll post on Discord whenever he sends them out. Yes, so we publicly post in Discord when the submission goes out. I know if it's kind of a new thing for you over here, you might not have known that, so now you do. You can go check that in our Discord server. It's under the category BGS submission. It's a good idea to learn that, because if you submitted a card through me, you'll want to see that it's in the list, you know. Free Palestine. Okay. Alex PSX. Sent. All right, perfect. So we'll get that email. And then we'll be able to see what you're talking about. Okay, let's see. It was a Trigger Trade Gengar that was supposed to be sent with tag. Oh, I sent an enormous amount of Trick or Trade Gengars to tag. And let me ask you, so did you actually check the channel already? Oh, right. Because we just created the submission now. Interesting. So a Trick or Trade Gengar. You know, it's funny. I placed a Trick or Trade Gengar in there. Okay, so now I know that. Now I know that. I wonder if it's possible it actually went in there. I'm gonna check that after the stream. Okay. So might have gone in there, and I might just not have written it down. Steven Gonzalez, 1 Pokey Shuffle, $5 for Steven Gonzalez. Here you go, Steven. All right. Ready? Ooh. These are the $5 chance for slabs. Ready? Soup. You got one. What's that called again? I don't remember his name. Spider Pokemon. Might have been under Riley Credowicks, considering that's my PayPal. You know, it's funny. I have all these piles of cards to grade, and there's no reason that Gengar wouldn't have gone out. And I remember submitting a Gengar and thinking, it's odd that this Gengar wasn't with the other Gengars, because I had submitted my own Gengars in the previous submission, and that submission was strictly my Gengar. So this submission had cards in it where it's supposed to be other people's cards going out. Here, let me just go take a look at it. Give me a second. All right. Yeah, that cat's not there. Very strange. Normally he would be over here right now. So I've got the box. I got this one right here. I gotta be careful here. I don't want to change the submission at all. It doesn't have any writing on it. Does that seem right? Could this be yours? I know this sounds silly, but would it be possible for you to check the timestamp? Find out when you paid, look that up in PayPal, find out when you paid, what day, what time, then try to correspond that with the actual stream, you know? If you could find the moment that I get it set up for you, which could be hard to do, but if you could find that, maybe we'll find out I didn't write your name on it. I don't know. That one Gengar by itself is weird to me because I don't remember prepping it. See, I sent some of my own Gengars out. I can go digging now. Yeah, try to find out if I never wrote your name down on it. That might be yours right there. If it is, we want to make sure you get that one. Because whether it's a 9 or whether it's a 10, it's yours. So you deserve whatever grade it gets. All right, so now we've got, so weird, I just might not have written your name down on it. Now we got an empty queue. All right, time to start twiddling. And when I say twiddling, I'm talking about my thumbs. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of this, guys. The queue is empty, there's no orders in the queue. So you can think about if you want to open anything. In the meantime, I'm gonna start taking a picture of these precious slabs. You're squirtily the best. All right. Pricey September. Picture time. Oh, yeah. Pricey slab. Pricey slabbing all day. There you go. Golly, it was back in July. Back in July, you say? That far back? Wow, we waited a while for that submission. Is it really back in July? Let me check this over here then, because I'm curious if it could have been submitted in another way too. Hold on. Oh, I found it. It didn't go to tag. That's not your Gengar. That's my Gengar. Your Gengar got submitted to PSA. Says it right here. Riley Kredowicz, Gengar, Hollow Trick or Trade. It's in the PSA submission channel. Maybe you changed your mind and made it PSA. I don't know. Riley Kredowicz, Gengar, Hollow Trick or Trade. Sarah Dusenberry has 2 Blackbeard submissions. No wonder she wasn't interested in Blackbeard. And she has a Trafalgar Law, too. That's crazy. He says, oops, no, it was tagged. I apologize. That's already with PSA. Hopefully it gets a 10. Here we are. So it is already with PSA now. That was submitted a while ago. It was submitted on August. Wonder why it got sent to PSA and not to tag. Maybe my eyes thought the T was a P. All right, well, let's cross our fingers for a good grade. I don't think that was the only card you swapped to PSA by accident. Well, I remember somebody requesting to have their PSA or their tag slabs swapped to PSA, and they were basically the same price, and I said, all right, I'll do that. All right, well, the good news is that we know where it's at. Fingers crossed. The good news is that we know where it's at, okay? So it's not going to be hurt. Actually, PSA is the more prestigious grading company anyways. And so it is off at PSA, the more prestigious company. If it does grade 9, we'll do a review on it. If it looks really borderline, I'll do you a favor. I'll send it to tag, okay? If it doesn't look borderline, I'll probably say, let's keep it in the PSA holder. If it grades 10, perfect. That's what we want. We want it to grade 10. Okay, there's no orders in the queue. Let me go ahead and start pricing these up. Damn it, mister. PSA better, I'd say. Well, also, it's nicer that the card is already on its way because, you know, that means it's already being worked on a little bit. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, from July to September is a long time. It's weird. Let me take a look up at our PSA grading since we are at a standstill for a second. PSA is the best by most people. Yeah, tag is the experimental one. Let's go over to orders. All right. So it says for your order with the Gengar, 173 cards, order arrived. So it's at the order arrived stage. All right. Crazy. We have 2 large submissions with PSA. Mister's losing it. Time for the straitjacket. Time to put me out to pasture, guys. I'm getting too old for this. Here's Clefable. Here's Bulbasaur. Here's Raichu. Here's Wick. Here's another Venusaur for 800. So that's the more recent price, actually. That means that this one is the wrong price. I'm going to say Venusaur sold on that other one to remove him from the listing. Or maybe I'll just readjust his price. Okay, all slabs, pricey slabs. All right. PSA, you're okay. Tag is the fancier SGC. Look at these. So these are cool. We just had these up on the table recently. This one, though, not so true. Same with these two, the Bulbasaur. Let's take a look at these 3, okay? Ready? So we're doing some pricing now. We got Bulbasaur here. A lot of these quest stickers, huh? Quest Bulbasaur. Okay, there's no price on Bulbasaur at all because there is no Bulbasaur on the internet. Think I should hold this? Should I even be selling this? I don't even know if I should be selling that. It's kind of crazy. Bootysaur, Blockysaur. Okay. There we go. Oops, come on now. Did you guys watch that latest Jubilee? 1 capitalist versus 20, what are they called? Anti-capitalist, communists? Did you guys watch that? It was such a crazy watch. It was pretty interesting. We are. Oops. God, dude. All right, there we go. I don't know if anyone else watches those. Sometimes Jubilee puts out a really good debate video. Okay. Mr. Raichu. Oh, I forgot about this. We actually have a bounty right now, don't we? You have to pull an alternative art SIR in English. That's still running. Okay, let's go with cheapest bite now on this Raichu. Here he is. $334 is correct. We'll lower it to $320 to make it simple. I think it was in that live. He ordered tag, but it had just gone out, so he swapped to PSA instead of waiting. Okay. Oh, yes, I see. Okay. Here we are. Right, I see your previous message. All right. I think that the reason we did that is to help you guys, because the PSA grading was considered more valuable anyways, and it was going out right then and there, and I knew it was going to be like another, I mean, think about it, if we released the August PSA submission, and then you have to wait a whole nother month for the tag submission, I said, why don't we just get these guys right now and send them out? That was probably it. Here we are. But I thought that I asked before I did it. I wonder if there's like one or two people I didn't ask. Here's this. All right. All right. Ah, that's nice. That's correct. Here's Bulbasaur at $595. And here's Clefable at $390. Okay, this is going to say Tops, Clefable. Really, sending it to PSA is, it's, you know, it's a great company. A lot of people consider it the best grading company right now. And so your card got sent out to a good company ultimately. It's going to be okay. There it is. But if it, I tell you what, if it doesn't grade 10 and it looks super borderline, maybe we'll consider forwarding it to tag, cracking it out, sending it to tag. However, I bet you we will just find that there is some sort of flaw on it. You know what I mean? That's often the case. When I'm in the spot for some more cards, I'll drop a bit more on top for the trouble. Thank you. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. You're going to drop in and open some more cards? That'll be a lot of fun, man. Those trigger trades are not bad. They're on the menu. They're only like $2. All right. All right. We're approaching Halloween. So for these big cards, I think I'm going to start using a red marker and a big label for it. $375. And the red marker no longer means that it's overpriced. It just means I like red markers. That's all it means. Oh, and notably, this is Pop 5. So this is Population 5. You know, the population really matters on some of these cards. Like, let me show you guys the population of this Bulbasaur. It's going to shock you. Okay. Carddass Bulbasaur. Population 6. That's nothing. Okay. Population on the Raichu. I bet it's like 50. Raichu's going to be, maybe it's a little more than 50. Let's find out. Okay, we're pricing up some high-end cards here. These could go straight up on eBay. Population 41. Wow, I'm too good at this. We'll give these guys a chance to rotate, and I think if they don't sell soon enough, they might head up to eBay. Because nowadays, strategy is going to be different. Nowadays, we have to move slabs. There's no choice. Nowadays, if we're going to grade high volume of slabs, we want the slabs to move. We don't want them to be stuck for too long ever. And so I enjoy having lots of slabs in inventory. Here we are. But some always need to sell to pay for the next round to grade, because it's kind of expensive to grade 500 of those. Okay, it's a lot of money per month. Set this in here. There we go. Very nice. Anyone watching the anime to be Hero X? Amazing story and animation. All right, let's see. So, let's see if we have any orders in the queue. Let's see if anything's going on. We have a Dominic Gonzalez. Oh, we already figured that out. Oh, wait. I wanted to send, here it is. I wanted to send a few cards to you for tag grading. They are all Pokemon cards. Just let me know payment and address. I'll send right away. Okay. Oops. Oops. Okay. Okay. There you go. Now, we'll jump over here. Slow Sunday. Actually, tonight's not a Sunday. It's a Monday. This is a Monday night stream. Slow Monday. Slow Monday. Wow. No daytime stream. Slow Monday night stream. Ooh, that coin. These lovely poker cards here. That's an interesting one. That one's like really good. Okay, you ready? So what do we got going on here? Okay. Very good. All right. Pop 5 on the Venusaur. Wow, just population 5. How about this Shining Celebi? Let's take a quick look at a Shining Celebi. Work tomorrow for most people. Yeah, true. Working time, guys. Who had a day off for Labor Day? Anybody? Shining Celebi first. What happened to Kendo? Kendo Pelor. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. I'm trying to remember who he was. Kendo Pelor. Wasn't that the guy who opened up a lot of HoloLive? He opened a lot of HoloLive, right? Yeah, I haven't seen him either in a while. Ooh, there's been a big price change on this card. Okay. So, big price change on this one. I felt that this was too expensive. It was actually more expensive than some of the other Shining Pokemon, and I didn't really know why that would be the case. So now that he is a lower price, he is much closer in cost to the other shinies. So you might actually enjoy this one, guys. Okay, now I know this is going to entice people for sure. You guys are always asking for like a big slab. Now we got one. This Celebi. Okay, we also have, what is this, Ditto? Whiscash, huh? Whiscash is pretty serious. Take a look at that Whiscash. PSA 9. No, PSA 10. Whiscash. Oops, Whiscash 28. All right. None for sale. Crazy. Let me check sold. No sold information. Crazy. All right. All right. We are. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop this in here. Tossing this over here. Very nice. Give me a second here. Ugh. There it goes. All right. So let's grab this. All right. How nice. Say 400. And this will be $9.25. There it is. Now, how about this rocket coin? So the rocket coin didn't sell. Very interesting item. Go ahead and fix this real fast. Ooh. So I need like a nice way to remove if there's any kind of fingerprint at all on the slab. I need like a nice system to remove it. So what you guys are looking at here is a pristine Rocket Returns coin. That is pristine Rocket Returns. They are really lovely. Okay. Let's see. Good. Wow, some really cool cards in this row. It's a nice one. Look, it looks really good in that pristine. That coin almost looks like a tag slab. Man, it looks really cool. So, let's see. What did I just have it priced at? Oh, I don't even remember what it was. I think it was really high. Let's make it $750. I don't remember what it was just a second ago. I'm not willing to let this go too quickly because it got the nice pristine grade, right? And then this comes out of a really expensive product, and there's just not going to be a lot of these ever. All right. Let's go ahead and take a picture here, guys. This is nice. We are finally working on our expensive slabs. Got to work on those expensive slabs, you know. Okay. I feel like this one needs to be held at an angle so you can actually see it. Okay, give me a second here. I feel like this one needs to be, when I take a picture of it, it needs to be outside the sleeve. It's so much different outside of the sleeve. So ugly in the sleeve, you know? Oh, yeah, that's a much better picture. Crazy how a picture really sells an item. All right. How you guys doing tonight? What are you guys up to? We are enjoying Monday night, Tuesday morning. How are you all feeling? Let's refresh on this queue here. We've got Isaac Thomas with 3 junk packs. Oh, yeah. So we have these junk packs now. They really are what they claim to be. They are junk packs. So you just bought 3 of these. Let's show them off real fast. These are $3 a piece. So these are $3 a piece. And all you get for sure with these is 10 cards. Are they 10 good cards? Not necessarily, no. They could be 10 bad cards, actually. Wow, that's actually a lot. Okay. So you got all those Star Wars cards. I hope you like Star Wars. These are the junk packs. Basically, over the years, I get a lot of cards that just kind of build up. And I never really know what to do with them. These could all potentially grade 10, by the way. Did you know that? I didn't look these over whether or not they're going to grade 10 at all. I just have tons of abandoned Star Wars cards, like boxes of them. But yeah, people have been abandoning cards with me for 6 years. And I just grade the Pokemon. I don't really grade anything else. And as a result, I have a ton of everything else lying around. Like, look at this. You just call this. So, I don't know. There you go. So, that was $9. These 3 packs cost them $3 per pack, total of $9. That's yours, Mr. Isaac. Those are called junk packs. And last time we had them, we sold out. Sold out pretty fast. It's the Pokepot abandoned. No, it's still here. Nobody's asked to use it in a long time. I think I'd have to stand up and carry it over here. Find out where I set it. No, it still exists. Did you like that? It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Here's Lorenzo Shrub, PSA 10 Japanese Galarian Moltres. Please use the rest of my credit. You got it. Galarian Moltres. That's such a good card. How many of those junk packs you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10 remain, but I have the ability to make probably 1,000 of them, dude. I'm telling you, I just got boxes of cards just like that. Unbelievable amounts of it. And what I did was I stored it all up real nice. There you are. I stored it all up real nice and called it a day. And now it's years later and I just have tons of it. It's just overflowing. Lorenzo, let's go find that Moltres. Let's see. Aha! Click. All right. We used to play a game with the junk packs where you could take them and roll dice. However, people stopped playing it. So I just kind of put it to the side. All right. $9 for shipping, Lorenzo Shrub. So, Mr. Lorenzo, do you have a bag? Start looking for his bag before he answers. Get all the stickers to the side. Mr. Lorenzo. We got Lady Cuddly Cactus. I want to play dice games. Yeah, we had a dice game where you could donate a Pokemon card and roll dice. And if you got the right roll, you would get a whole bunch of Pokemon cards in return. but it was really hard to get. It was like pretty low odds. One guy got it, and he had like a freaking box of cards as a result. But they're all junk cards. None of them are good. Just checking all this. He says, I do have a bag, a very small bag. Okay, we are currently looking for that. Oh, give me a moment here. This is another break, by the way, if you weren't paying attention. Nintendo Pokemon base set foil pack. Aha! All right. Very nice. Very good. Put this all back. Boy, we got to steal some of that space back over there because I feel like some of those boxes are empty. Now, here's your baggie. Let's go make you a label. Mister just got up for some work and chilling a bit before I head out. I haven't watched in a long time. It's Jared Khan. What's up, man? Glad to see that you're still around. We've been going strong for a long time, man. Long time. Let's go ahead and reset this software, the shipping software, shall we? We're still going real strong. We got lots of beautiful breaks you can jump into. That's our big thing is we host these breaks. Like this guy, 1 in 6 odds, $40. Lots of beautiful breaks. Got a lot of pack opening. We got giveaways out the butt. Lots of giveaways. Speaking of which, we better give away a spot or two, huh? Because it's getting later into the stream. We've already been live for 97 minutes. Lorenzo. So that was a $70 sale right there, guys. Pretty cool, huh? Come on, dude. What the hell? There we go. Wow, this software is really bad. All right. 100K. Road to 100K. Like the stream, chat. Yeah, let me check. How many subscribers we got? I want to see how close we are. I ought to make a piece of content after tonight's stream. Maybe we end the stream 30 minutes early and I make a piece of content. So we're currently at 98,456 subscribes. 98,456. So we're about 550 away from 99,000. Oh, I can taste it. We are so close to getting that check mark, man. So freaking close. Okay, Mr. Lorenzo, let's go ahead and print this. Brilliant. All right, there we go. It's getting close, guys. We're almost there. Very nice. Okay. I wonder what's the most entertaining piece of content I could possibly make. All right. Okay, I think we're ready to take a picture of this. I think you were celebrating 50K last time I was checking in. Dude, we are so close to 100K. It's crazy. So close to 100K. And we're going to get there. All thanks to you guys. Let's see, what do we got? Ooh, Pikachu. Articuno. The Cloud Break. Bulbasaur for 800 and Eevee. Oh, there's a Porygon for 400. All right, crazy stuff up here. These quest stickers are kind of all over the place, aren't they? We have an order from our friend Sarah Dewsbury for Raw Shuffles. Oh, I need to make more of the Raw Shuffles, don't I? So the pile's getting a bit smaller. Okay. Oh no, what if there are only 99,000 Pokemon fans? Oh no! 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Raw Shuffles from Miss Sarah. She's curious about the Raw Shuffles. She knows, oh, that's nice. The Iona is actually a nice pull. She knows that there is a McDonald's Pikachu in here somewhere. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Dusknoir, Chandel. Oh, these are trigger trades. Houndoom, Trevenant, Trevenant. Okay, that's interesting. And, oh, there it is. That's the McDonald's Pikachu. You pulled it. Nice. And, okay, and then some hollows. You did pretty good here, Sarah. That was actually a pretty good round, I thought. All right. Cool, man. So, I think I have to restock this box, and maybe we put another Pikachu in there. I know you guys want that Pikachu. All right. Look at that. That's so cute. Miss Sarah. How does Sarah keep getting so lucky? I don't even think she's real. I think it's rigged. Okay, Sarah, this is your bag. And there goes Pikachu. Okay, lovely. I think that Pikachu got more expensive since the last time I priced him. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. What do we got here? What do we got? So these are all rare, expensive cards. You guys ready for it? All right, so this guy's still sitting at 240. Leaf Green Wigglytuff sitting at 600. I don't know how I feel about that. It's an experimental card, you know? Like some poker cards get up to like 300. 600 seems high for a Wigglytuff. So the Gligar. Gligar was in the first photo, wasn't he? He was, wasn't he? He was in there for 240. So I'm going to just put this guy down in the box. He's already priced appropriately. People already understand he's available. This is awesome. Cubone from Team Rocket Returns. That's a nice CGC 10. Of course, the PSA 10 is closer to 1,000. Same here. Look at this. Beautiful card. Price on $9.25. I trust that price then. Let's look into the Chansey real fast. What'd you guys think of those raw shuffle packs there? That was kind of cool. I'm trying to get a little bit better at that. All right. PSA 10. Chansey. 113. Let's type in vending. Okay, Chansey vending. There's only one for sale, 674. Let me check sold. Oh my God. You guys should have bought this card for me earlier. Look at this. On August 10th, sold for 560. And then on August 13th, sold marked down from 900. The vending cards are selling. And you guys missed out by not buying this. Now look, the cheapest one is now 674. So I'm just going to round that to 75. Good to go. Wow. Every time this card gets a new price, it goes up in price. That's crazy. And nobody wants it. You guys are actually doing me a favor, because if I had listed this on eBay, it would have sold by now. And then I would have missed out on all the price appreciation. So by having it here and by having everyone ignore it and not buy it, I'm actually getting wealthier on one card. There we are. This card has gone from like $200 when it first came back. Look at the number on it, 96. This came back earlier in the year. So I think the first time we priced it, it was like for $200. Now, confirmed sale over 500. Wow. Cheapest buy now, 675. Wow. Crazy. 675. 9.25. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. So put this here. Whoa, there's some real heavy hitters right here. This looks crazy. This is priced on $9.25. That's up to date. And what's this? $7.25 Omastar Sky Ridge. Drill, baby, drill. Hey, don't call me a baby. You listen to me, you son of a. Call me a baby. We are going to say PSA 10, Sky Ridge, Omastar. Omastar. And as usual, the artworks from Sky Ridge are absolutely crazy. There are none for sale. You can't find one for sale. Let me check the last sold. There are none last sold. He's just really rare. Pop 20, by the way. Pop 20 on that guy. All right, let's see. Mister's pissed. I mean, if it was Rillaboom, it would sell instantly. Oh, yeah? If it was Rillaboom? All right, let's see. Oops. Good. You bought me the Destined Rivals pack for my birthday that pulled my Ethan's Typhlosion. Thanks again for that, my boy. I think probably $395 is high enough. Let's make it $380. Wait, now wait a second. No black marker. Let's do the red marker. I like the red marker for these big ones. $380. And it's going to say 9.25. And population 20, by the way. It's population 20. Okay. We got to have the big arrows on them or something, right? The arrows. I think the arrows are nice. They tell us, hey, this is a pricey card. Okay. Okay. All right. So capitalism versus socialism, communism. What do you guys think? What do you guys prefer? Who feels strongly on this subject? Anyone here anti-capitalism? Anyone pro-communism, socialism? How do you guys feel about it? It's a fun subject, isn't it? Let's go ahead and take a picture of this in the Pricey Slab channel. Okay, nice. Okay. Very good. I love listening to these conversations. I was listening to them debate that on another YouTube channel, and it was just, you know, it's such a fun conversation to have. It is. Ooh. Capitalism's great. Even at the bottom, you can rise up. There you are. Ooh, man, that's sexy. Take a picture of this to show off its best side, you know. Everything's going crazy. There we go. Ooh. I think it's a really interesting conversation because, you know, depending on where you're at, I think some places make you feel more interested in wealth redistribution. Like if you're living in California, especially, I think that the temptation is stronger there because there's so much poverty. Nobody can... 10 junk packs? You're just buying all of them? Isaac's buying all the junk packs. Here we are. All right, there's no more junk packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, all 10 of them. Here they... Well, now you've got a big fat bag. There it is. The ear is epic. Everything is gold. We are. All right, let's see. For Pokemon, that's true anyways, isn't it? So these are Naruto cards. PSA actually does grade these. They're printed in China, and they're from a real Chinese printing company called KU. So PSA recognizes that as a legitimate company that buys licenses to grade. Here are some Minecraft cards. So it's like you open a pack of Minecraft, but it's actually cheaper this time. So I was liquidating, look at that. I was just liquidating some abandoned Minecraft cards. So it's kind of like you got one for $3 rather than whatever it normally is, $5. Pretty cool. They call me Big Fat Bag. Was it PBD versus Communist? Yes, that's right. Did you watch that? Oh my gosh, it was so entertaining. Here we are. And it makes you want to talk about the ideas, makes you want to have your own conversation about it. Here we are. All right. Pack number 4. This. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Legend of Zelda. More Minecraft. Arctic Fox. Okay. So the rule with these is I just kind of put 10 random cards in here. Could be anything. Could be junk. That's why they're called junk packs. And they're just whatever I have laying around. Vintage The Simpsons. Very nice. Okay, that's nice. Donald Duck, Playboy. Ooh, Minecraft are great. Kind of like you just got some cheap Minecraft cards there. So he bought all 10 of these. Computer search, that's cool. Mouse hold, build Pokeball. Ooh, I like this Playboy card. It's really clean. Okay, sent an email. Ooh, sounds good. Okay, tossing this over here. I think I saw it. We are. We're doing a slab cancel. I know some guys that are out of time to pay their slab, and those guys get canceled too, just because they ran out of time. We are. I'm not complaining though, because the slabs have kind of gone up in price. Might make a display of Donald Duck and Donald Trump. Donald Duck. It is. I don't think Donald's going to be too popular of a name for a while. There you go. Playboy. Was Donald a popular name at all? I mean, that's a really old name. It's like Bill or Bob. Bill, Bob, Donald. I felt kind of bad for some of those people. They don't believe in themselves and blame capitalism for being failures. Yeah, you know, exactly. There was kind of a feeling... Ooh, there's a chunk of cards in this pack. Okay. Ooh, Chandelure. Wait, that's not Chandelure. That's Cerulege. Dragonite. Nice. Yeah, there was definitely a feeling like that. Like there was actually... it makes you realize the people who might strongly believe in getting free stuff might be people who are not having a good time in life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying about California. I'm saying if you're living in California and you can't buy a home and you're trying not to go homeless, you're probably like, yeah, there should be wealth redistribution because I'm surrounded by rich people. And you don't have that feeling here in Missouri. So in Missouri, everybody's kind of equally poor. And so you don't have as strong of a sense of that. Like, yeah, there's some nice houses, but they're not like Malibu beach houses. Like, come on, you're in Missouri. We're all just here in Missouri. So you don't feel like there's these Hollywood elites who are like the pinnacle of, you know, people who get attention and adoration and money. You don't have like the world's top billionaires living in Missouri. There might be like 2 or 3 billionaires over here, but that's about it. So you don't feel, and you're surrounded by poor people in Missouri too. So you just feel like there's plenty of people, everyone's struggling. So the urge for socialism isn't as strong here. And so, yeah, when you watch the video, you notice that there's a lot of people who kind of give off this sense like they're really struggling. And so, of course, if you're really struggling, you just might happen to be a big fan of the idea that other people should have to give you some more of their income. There's Isaac Thomas. All right, Mr. Isaac. Canada's healthcare sucks. You have to wait months to get care for serious illnesses. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I've heard of that. I don't live in Canada myself, obviously, so I can't comment too much on that. But you know, if that was the case, that's no good. Because when it comes to serious diseases, the sooner you can heal it, the sooner you can survive it. And if you let it sit there and go untreated, especially cancer in particular, or even just like degenerative heart disease or something, it's a death sentence is what it is. They're saying, sorry, we don't have enough of that free stuff called free doctors. Turns out doctors are really like the opposite of free. And yeah, actually, Karis was sitting right next to me while the debate was going on, and she was making a lot of interesting observations. Here we are. Like, I remember when the one guy in the conversation, he was talking about, so once upon a time, this king over here, King so-and-so, went into the Congo and killed a bunch of people and stole their resources. I remember I looked at her and I told her, I was like, so a monarch king did a horrible thing a long time ago. What does that have to do? What does that have to do with American capitalism today, you know? And there was just a lot of moments like that. There was another moment where, oh, so the one guy at the very end was talking about how nurses are more important than money managers. And Karis looks at me and she says, okay, so if the nurses get paid a lot more, how's that supposed to reduce the cost of healthcare? I was like, yeah, exactly. You have to have cheap nurses or else you won't be able to afford healthcare. We are. All right. All right. There was also a little bit of conversation about Social Security, which, you know, if you didn't know this, my beliefs about Social Security is that it's essentially a pyramid scheme and it doesn't work and it's going to go bankrupt and we have to have another strategy for it. Oh no, Steven Gonzalez ordered 3 junk packs. Steven, I'll put you down for store credit for those. I'm all sold out. We'll make some more, okay? Steven Gonzalez, 3 junk. Sorry, man. Canada's healthcare sucks. You have to wait for months. Missouri is home to several billionaires, with Forbes listing 11 billionaires in the state. I mean, I don't think that's relatively a lot, right? How many billionaires are in California? And you never see them. How many billionaires in California? 199 billionaires in California. So, yeah, you don't run into them. You know, they're all hidden away. They're all tucked away. Let's see. Tell me who the billionaires in Missouri are and how they made their wealth. This is always really interesting because my belief about billionaires is that these are guys who really invented a product that 1 billion people wanted to buy, or maybe like a million people wanted to buy for like $100 each or something. All right, so it says David Stewart, who made Worldwide Technology, co-founder of Worldwide Technology, an information technology system. Cool. The Bass Pro Shop guy, Johnny Morris. There's speculation that he just bought a house out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and they're building a Bass Pro Shop in Lake of the Ozarks. Did you know that? They're finally doing it. So he built Bass Pro Shop and Cabela's. I mean, you're going to be a billionaire if you make something like that. It's kind of crazy, right? He currently resides in Springfield. Pauline Macmillan Kenneth, Cargill Air. Cargill, one of the largest private food and agricultural companies. Okay, food. Jim Kavanaugh, Worldwide Technology, co-founder of Worldwide Technology, Jim Kavanaugh. Roger Riney and family, Scott Trade. Oh yeah, I know about Scott Trade. I wonder if oh, look at this. Square was made by Jim McKelvey. So this guy, Jim McKelvey, he actually went to school around here in Lake of the Ozarks. I believe this is the guy who was interested in constructing a bunch of homes behind the Walmart. Robert Clark, Clayco, a major construction real estate development firm. Additional notable names. Nancy Walton Laurie, who is a Walmart heiress, daughter of Bud Walton, co-founder of Walmart. She resides in Versailles? That's so close to me. I didn't know she was there. It's spelled like Versailles, but because everyone out here is a hillbilly, they pronounce it Versailles. So it's spelled like Versailles. So that's like 40 minutes from me. It's a lake area. Huh. And then finally, Thomas Frisch Jr., who worked in hospitals and healthcare. You know, that's one of the pieces of information I would talk to people about. Everyone goes to school these days for like all this garbage education, and I've been saying this for literally years. I've been saying this since the TheCardconomist channel, that school is so bad these days. You just go there, you learn about the powerhouse of the cell, you read the stupid poems. I ate this plum, it was so sweet. You know, you read the stupid plum from some snippety, arrogant poem reading fart sniffer. You read the books like the Homer, the Iliad, the Odyssey. You read, you know, you take a language class that you don't need because you're already speaking the best business language there is, you know, English. You know, maybe you should learn Chinese or something like that. I don't know. But, you know, you learn a second language that you don't need to learn. And then they used to teach cursive, by the way. They used to teach cursive. That was a whole course. And so there's just this long line of idiot education subjects. I love education, but I'm saying a lot of it is fluff. Doesn't make you rich, doesn't make you employable. You don't produce anything with your education. What they should be teaching you is how to make a home from scratch so you can start a home company, how to make a company. They should be teaching you how to make a competing company. Like, how do you apply, you know, how do you begin the title of your company? How do you apply to the government for a business title? How do you get your business tax ID? How do you find a supplier? How do you produce goods? You know, so they should be teaching you all those things at school. That should be the first and maybe the only thing you start out learning. And then if you want to get into producing like space equipment, then you get into math and science at that point. But if you're not going to do that, if you're just going to sell like Pizza Hut or something, go learn how to make pizzas and get on with it. You can start your Pizza Hut franchise at 16 and just go make a lot of money. But so schools are like, they're such a drain, dude. They take 4 years of your high school life, and then you go to college and you lose 4 more years learning all this stuff that doesn't produce anything. It doesn't make anything. People have all these useless degrees now. Like, I heard this girl on TikTok, and she was talking about how she has a degree in like soil. She knows soil really well, like dirt. But then she discovered all the places hiring soil experts are in places she doesn't want to live. And so now she's forced to do Starbucks. And she was complaining about this on TikTok. She's like, she's got a master's degree in soil because she doesn't want to move to the places where her degree would actually pay her money. And it was like, dear Jesus Christ, dude. And it was just really frustrating to listen to her because it's like, how many people are doing this right now? All right, so I'd like to cancel my slab away. Scissor poker. I paid 85 so far, not including the deposit. All right, something came up. All right, let me go grab it. So, and what would that name be under? Let's find out what that name is under. It's John Paul. Let's go find it. Mr. Going to school and getting a degree with the very useful 10 to 20 years ago. Now you can learn everything on YouTube or getting it. Yeah, exactly. Like, so much of it is learnable online now. All right. It is okay to cancel a slab anytime you want. You can even cancel a slab and then go right into a new one if you saw a different one that you want. All of that is fine. Just know that there's a little $20 fee. So here it is, scissor poker, and let's go see if we can identify where it's at. Slab away lets you cancel your slab away with ease, but it's kind of like you lose a little bit of money. Here it is. Okay, look at him. He's the golden one with the freaking Pichus on the back. That's amazing. Why you think I accepted and still dropped out? Okay, let me grab this. Give me a moment here, guys. We're going to look into this. PSA 10. poker, scissor. So I effectively I buy them back at today's price, but I can see there's not one for sale. Let me check last sold. There's no data at all on this card. So we're just going to cancel it at the full price. So you're good. You are going to lose 20 bucks on it though, okay? I wish they taught me in high school about stocks, managing money, basic business in general, instead of learning about calculus, which I will never even use unless I become a scientist. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's so freaking arrogant and snooty, dude. It's just a bunch of, I'm telling you, just a bunch of fart sniffing academia types, academic types who think you have to know differential equations so that you will be educated now. You're educated. Da, 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 da. You know, so it's just like, it's so frustrating. Drives me nuts. I took all those classes. I don't use any of it. Karis doesn't either, by the way. She doesn't use any of it. Okay, let's get this. So you're right. It's 290 minus 205, which is $85, which means you will receive $65 back because the cancel fee is 20 bucks. You ready? I paid 105 total. When you slab away a Pokemon card slab, the $20 fee to put it into slab away is non-refundable. So when you cancel a slab, that is already missing money. So you paid $85 into it, and so in total you lose $40. That's how it works. So that's intentionally how it works. It's sort of like, you know, an incentive to just pay off the slab rather than cancel it. We don't have to cancel it though if you want. I mean, you can hold on to it. Let's see how much time you have left on it. Let's see. So you took it in June, then that means it's due July, August, September. So September is the halfway point. So then you get November, December, January. You got till January if you want to keep going, but you are going to lose $40 here. That's the nature of it. You lose $20 right away. That's the reserve fee. That's for blocking me from selling it for a while. That's basically it. That's the reserve fee. And then if you were to cancel it, you lose $20 more. That's the nature of it. And so we do that because a lot of people kind of, they want to use slab away, but we got to have fees like that so that people finish their slab or they don't speculate on the slab either, with both problems. I see your point, Mister. It is dumb. They should let you focus on your career of choice instead of all the fluff core. You know why they do it that way, though, right? It's because if they were to get rid of all the fluff, then the government would not give them any more money. And they'd lay off a whole bunch of useless teachers. A whole bunch of them would get laid off. Tons of teachers would lose their jobs because they don't teach anything that makes money. And as a person, that's what you truly desire. You truly desire how to make money. Okay, Mr. John, how are you paying, John? Were you paying with CASHAPP? I don't see any here. Mr. John, could I ask how you were paying real fast? A whole bunch of teachers would no longer have jobs. Oh, the Weiss app. How does that work? Okay, so we need to send you $60 over Weiss. Let's see if it lets me send you money. So I see one of your payments. Let me try send. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, I think I've got it. And we're going to send you $60. Okay, you ready? And I'm going to hit done. Will that work? I sent the link with the email. Here, let me try sending you $1 over Weiss. And you tell me if this works, because it's got an option for me to do it in the app. I'm going to send you $1. Let's see. You tell me if the dollar arrives in your account. If it arrives in your account, I deposit the rest, okay? So we'll do a little test here. You tell me if it works. I'll send the rest of it right after. I had college teachers who made all the course instructions with AI while we weren't... Oh, hold on. I want to use my Face ID. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I know exactly what you mean. I get it. They want you to be tough. They want you to be good at it. I mean, here's the thing. You got to look out at the world and ask yourself, what are people actually buying? Are they buying all the stuff we're learning in school? They're so not buying the stuff we're learning in school. People want to buy homes. They want to buy a house so bad. And nobody is learning how to make homes. Everyone should know fundamentally how to build a home. And if you don't want to learn that, you should learn, how do I start a home building company? And so there should be lots of companies and lots of people building homes. Is what we all desire. And yet that's what no one's going to school for. All right, be back. So, Miss Sarah, she's got a big order. Thank you, Sarah. Everybody wants to buy a home, and no one's learning how to make homes. It's so crazy. The market's saying, here's the thing people want to buy, and no one's learning how to do it. I don't want to learn that. Everyone wants a job from behind a computer or something. Which I can appreciate that, but it's like, hello, the market's telling you what to go learn. You don't have to wonder. It says what to learn. All right, here we are. Very nice. You know, but what will happen is then people will say, well, I don't want to have to learn that. That's not my passion. It's like, well, then enjoy not making money. I don't know. You know, it's just, that's like the real world slapping you in the face real hard. Like, guess what? You have to make something that people want to buy. You have to. It's not an option. That's just how it works. No one wants to buy your art history degree product, whatever it is, maybe like a paper you wrote. Maybe you wrote like a article on the internet about art history. Nobody wants to pay for that. So you're going to be poor. It's just how it is. All right, Miss Sarah, these three things, let's get it. So I don't want people to be poor. I genuinely want people to be wealthy. So that means you got to make the thing everybody wants. That's how the billionaires come into being billionaires. They kind of figured out how to make something new that everybody wanted. Oops. And then they worked really hard to grow their business into like this gigantic machine. And that's it. That's what they did. That's what it's like. Pokemon makes billions too. They built a huge machine. They made a product everybody wanted. And now you can go work for Pokemon if you'd like. You'd probably be honored to work for Pokemon. Okay, you ready? Here goes. 65 total minus 1. Did it arrive? Oh, perfect. All right, I'm going to send you the rest. I'm going to send you the rest, okay? That sounds so good. Let me snip these, and I'm going to send him the rest of the money, okay, guys? All right. I studied and trained dogs for 10 years. Then I was laid off from cutbacks. Corporate mishandling screwed a decade of no breaks and hard work. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Here we are. Okay. But yeah, actually, dogs is a great one. People love pets. Go start a pet industry. Go get into that. Here we are. All right. If I was to get into pets, I would get into like some sort of genetic breeding program where you study the genetics of the dogs and generate perfect personalities in the animals. That's what I would do. That would be my fascination. Perfect personalities, very desirable ones. All right, Mr. John Paul, I'm sending you the rest of the money. In fact, I'm sending you an extra $1. How about that? All right, cool, man. I would love to get into sort of like genetically breeding increasingly intelligent dogs until the dogs are as smart as possible. That would be like something that I would get behind, very passionate about it, you know, like a game. And so, and dogs is a great industry because people love pets. So it's a great industry. So you know people are actually going to pay money for that. We are, but people go to school for like all these stupid subjects, man. So many dumb subjects. And then they can't figure out when they get out. They're like, why am I not making tons of money? We are. Ooh. Look at that. I think the world's going to change when it comes to like education. I think the world's going to change for sure. They're not going to view it the way it used to be viewed. American education, it's going to be looked at like it's antiquated. It's definitely antiquated. I mean, it is not keeping up with the times, in my opinion. And they're very rough in other countries like China and places like that. They force the kids to become engineers, and engineering is a great job, but I don't think everyone can do it. But, you know, they're really rough over there. They learn the numbers and all that. That's good. But there's plenty of people who don't have to, in my opinion, they don't have to take a ton of math classes. Oh, wait, you generally don't like your hollows. Here we are. Sorry about that. I was sleeving up your hollows. Here we are. I think that math, I finished tons of math courses, and I ultimately feel like it was a waste of my time. It was a waste of my youth. I wasted probably thousands of hours on math that I never used now and never needed to know. And I don't remember how to do any of it because my brain's not interested in holding on to that knowledge. Here we are. My brain wants to know everything about Pokemon cards, and I taught myself Pokemon cards without a single college course. Not even one. I didn't pay anyone to teach me anything about this. And so I really can't stand education from a certain perspective. I think education is so important. And what we really have going on is sort of like a predatory system that promises children snake oil incomes. And then many of these kids get hurt by this system. And the school just gets away with it because it's government money that uses to pay for the product. So they use government money to pay for college courses that don't really give you a good income, except for a couple fields. Some fields are really good, like education in law, which might change because of AI. Education in law, education in the STEM fields, basically. Business, I think, is still decent as long as you actually go into business and learn to sell stuff. But there's all these other degrees that I just think they just make no sense. And people go there and they get like a master's degree and they go into like $150,000, $200,000 of debt for it. And it's just, oh man, it's just really crazy, man. All right. People will pay money for clout. Sad world. An auto mechanic is really good. Just the hits, please, says our friend Miss Sarah. Yes, Sarah. Yes, Sarah. Your wish is my command. I ditched a lot. The teacher was convinced I cheated on my tests. I really didn't, though. I never failed a math class. Mister, that's not true business because you know how to budget your money and put it in the right places. I don't know what you mean by that. But, yeah, I mean, I took some business courses in school, and to be honest, they were not as useful as just working for my dad's small business. Here's a crazy thing. So I feel like people who are against capitalism would go crazy hearing this story about me where I worked for my dad at like the age of 13. I basically did not receive a high school education at all. Like that whole part of my life was just me working for my dad. That's it. All day long, actually. I was paid like $3 an hour. That's what he paid me. And he would just give me that cash, you know, and, you know, so I was working for him, but I was his kid, right? But, you know, he paid me, and the business was making about $40,000 a year. And so I would make 100 here, 100 there, $3 an hour. And I learned so much doing that. Spent countless hours selling products, talking to customers, solving issues. I did it for so long. Started at 13, and I stopped at about 17. So I did it for about 4 long years. And I learned so much in 4 years, you know. And so that was like breaking child labor laws full on. I didn't go to school. I didn't even get homeschooled, to be honest. Like those years, I barely learned anything. I hardly learned anything. It really was just the woodwork. And yet that is probably what spurred me on to start this little card shop back when no one else was doing anything like this. No one else had done anything like this with Pokemon cards on YouTube. And I just said, I have an idea. Let's give it a try. And it was sitting down and watching my dad do the exact same thing when I was a kid. He did the same thing with his wood shop. Just one day, he just got up and just started buying things. He's like, I'm buying wood. I'm buying a camera. Cameras were really expensive back then. I'm buying a laptop. I'm buying a photo studio area. I'm buying all this wood. I'm buying a truck to transfer. He bought a new truck to transport the wood. He bought a planer. He bought a massive bandsaw that he had to like rig in order to run it from the garage because it was so large. It required like special electricity. And yeah, so he did that. I watched him just all of a sudden, he just got up and started doing all this crap. He was just doing it all. And so years later, I'm like, I have this weird knowledge that you can just get up and do stuff, which is almost something I don't think people believe is true. Like, if you don't ever witness somebody getting up and starting a business, you won't believe it's possible. If businesses almost feel like they're this magical thing that came from another universe out of the ether. Like there just is a pizzeria over there. You know what I mean? Like for some reason, it just exists. You don't know how it got there, but it just does exist. But if you sit down and you watch someone put it all together, you go, oh, even I could do this. That's what you realize. And so I just received this super valuable education from witnessing someone host and succeed at running a home business. And it beats anything I learned at college. It still does. I got all the degrees. I got a bachelor's of arts. I'm sorry, I got an associate of arts. And then I got a bachelor's of science in computer coding. And yeah, nothing beat that other education, the working from the garage education as a kid. We are. And I think I dwell on that. I dwell on that all the time. I think about it all the time. What really mattered in life was just having that work experience. But if you told people today that their kid should go work a job at like the age of 13, they would think you're like some sort of crazy evil, I don't know, like crazy evil Republican. I don't know. Like I don't know what to say. If I had a kid, I would want him to experience going to a job at 13. I think it would be really meaningful for him to actually do that. And what I don't think would be meaningful for my kid would be to like go to school. I don't think it's actually that meaningful. It is. Not for learning business anyways. It is. But maybe for making friends in school though, having a normal life. All right, so 2 boxes, Miss Sarah. We pulled obviously Mr. Luffy here, Mr. Floofy, and Mr. Goldie Roger. So this round is not going to be a manga. Ooh, beautiful. Let's see. What's your degree? Anesthesia. I'll get my return for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. My LLC just got approved a few days ago. You'll be sticking people and making them pass out. I'm not going to lie. I still don't know what I'm doing. Frigging sucks, says Mr. Valentine. Do you mean like in life? You're not sure what to do in life? Here it is. One shiny treasures. One shiny treasures. Sticking this over here. All right. All right. Okay. So, but what's crazy is, you know, just one day, our garage was an empty garage. All it held was some tools. And then within 1 year, the whole garage was rigged to be like a wood shop. The whole thing. Every inch of it. And witnessing that happen, it taught me so much. Taught me so much. And many of the ideas are not complicated. That's probably what stands out about it. It's really easy. It's not complicated. A lot of people could do it. But nobody believes that they can do it. That's the problem. No one believes they can do it. Everyone just chooses to turn on Netflix and sit down and play video games. They don't realize they're just a few steps away from like producing a good and selling a product or service. They're not even that far away from it. They could just start doing it. And that's what makes money. Producing makes money. Politics does not make a lot of money. And people get involved politically over like capitalism versus socialism. All they need to do is start producing something, anything. Here's Gardevoir. Ooh, Gardevoir. All right, so we were looking for Charizard and Bubble Mew. Hey, we got the lizard on. What's his name? His name's Front Wheelio. I can't remember this guy's name. There you are. Very nice. Like the stream, friends. I like getting slapped, but not the real world. Me either, Mr. Valentine. Gluck, pulling the Zard. You ready? Okay, yes, Gluck. Here's the deer. Cyclozar. Thank you, Cyclozar. Gluck, Gluck. Here's Quackaval. Oh, Quack. All right, very good. The sooner you start producing something, the sooner you make money. Like if you just sat down and started making artisanal birdhouses, and your birdhouses were way better than the ones you can buy at Home Depot or wherever on the internet. And then, you know, you build a brand around making birdhouses. You start a little website, you start a little Etsy page, you start a little eBay page, you create a little brand, you create a name, the Birdhouse Guy. You make some educational videos on why your birdhouses are the ones that birds like to use. You introduce some technology to the birdhouse. Maybe it's got like a motion sensor camera in it that launches information to your phone so you can see the birds nesting from your phone all day. You know, that kind of stuff, right? And all of a sudden, you just got this really cool product you made by hand, but now you realize you need to go ahead and turn it into a faster-made birdhouse. So maybe you hire a company that produces goods and say, here's my design. Can you please try and turn that into something that you manufacture rapidly? The company says, yeah, we can do that. So they take your design, they give you a couple prototypes, and then when you get the right prototype, they say, okay, we want you to buy 400 units of this. And then you agree to 400 units. It costs you maybe like 6 units landed, which means $6 landed, which means that's your final price, even after shipping. They ship you 400 units at $6 each, cost you whatever that is, $2,400 or something. Now you need to liquidate them on eBay or on social media or something, and all of a sudden you got a birdhouse company going. But that's it, you know, that's all the steps right there. It's really something you can just start working on. You don't have to wait. He's getting a new Mega Evolution. We were just talking about the Luchador. We are. All right, so this particular box, not so crazy. I wanted to buy one raw, and it's crazy expensive. Free Palestine free. Ooh. Ooh. Some people open up restaurants. They want to open up like a unique food type or unique food experience. Here. It's cool stuff, man. There's a lot of opportunity out here in Lake of the Ozarks right now. In fact, did you know there's no proper card shop out here in Lake of the Ozarks? All right. They're so pretty, but this box, unfortunately, is not going to be a good box. Those cards will not be a flip. Sorry, Sarah. All right. Wow. Sarah Dusenberry with the big orders. You're very generous. I really appreciate it. Chicken strip food with a show. Yeah, well, you know, Dolly Parton has the Stampede in Branson, Missouri. It's called the Dolly Parton Stampede. Karis and I went there. It's this massive arena, and you sit down at a small table, and a guy in a sort of like rodeo suit serves you soup, biscuits, a whole baked chicken, and lemonade, and a little apple pie. And while you're eating that, a whole bunch of people, talented actors, come out and put on a show with horses. Super cool, right? So there's an interesting restaurant, but that costs, I'm sure, millions of dollars to put together. You're not about to start that tomorrow. But yeah, that's just another example of all the cool things you can get into producing. They produce a service, and they produce food. And that's what makes money. That's where real money comes from. There it is. And so everyone's going to college to make money. And it's like, I feel like there's a disconnect between the degree and the final product. You know, like you have to have the actual product. No one's going to just give you money for free. But so people go to college and they think, okay, now where's my money? And it's like, well, what do you actually do? You know, what do you actually do that people want to pay for? And then they get real mad because they can't afford a home or something like that. Was like, yeah, well, homes are valuable. Everyone wants one of those. Those actually have real value. For sure they have value. All right, there we go. Must have attended Trump University. Damn for a shot at a 10+ free shipping. Really, damn, I need that Zard too. The Shiny Zard V from Champions Path Mooning. Nice. Champion Path Zard. Look at these beautiful cards. Quest stickers. Here's our beautiful Karuta Psyduck. This beautiful Gurei Ninja. Ooh, I can't wait to get our big tag submission back. I'm excited for that. Right? I'm excited to see how fast they process it, because they said that we will get processed a little faster. All right, so now, Miss Sarah, I'm putting you on this list because you bought such a big round, okay? If you put a big round in, I'll put you on this list. Now, let's go ahead and, here it is. This is the giveaway list. We're going to find 3 people. We've got Reflex, tag submission bigly. I put in a really big tag submission. It's already out. Well, it hasn't been picked up. It's getting picked up on the Tuesday mailman. So it's going to be there probably in the next week. And I want to see how fast we get it back. I would really love to have that back super fast. Good RNG. Okay. So that's half the list filled. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the number of people in here. Good. Okay, now type in 100K. That's the keyword tonight, 100K. We also still have Miss Sarah's giveaway box, which we've just saved a little bit. We're going to give away this soon as well. It is. You know how I am. I like to prolong the enjoyment a little bit. Okay, and tonight we've been pricing up pricey slabs. Eddie Morales, 1 Mega Brave, 1 Mega Symphonia. 1 Mega Brave. Beautiful. Yeah, people kind of stopped buying these two sets. I don't know why. They're still really fun. They only just came out. 1 Battle Partners. Ooh, Battle Partners. Where's that hiding? Here it is. Okay. 1 Electric Breaker. Okay, Electric Breaker, another great set. Okay. Our music pause. Let's turn that on. Dang, all the Charizards mooning, the Celebration one spiking too. Yeah, I kept seeing videos where people were saying that same thing. So Crimson Haze. 1 Night Wanderer. Ah, a little Night Wanderer for you, huh? Okay, I see you're a man of exquisite tastes. That's an empty box of Night Wanderer now. By the way, where's everyone from? I'm living out in Lake of the Ozarks. That's where the Netflix TV show took place, Ozark. 6 packs total. Nice. Here they are, guys. Some Japanese packs for Mr. Eddie Morales. Thank you, Eddie. Okay. I'm originally from the St. Louis area. And then Karis and I, we moved out to Lake of the Ozarks. We've been out here for a while. We're thinking about moving. Here's a couple places we're thinking about moving. Lake Tahoe, Reno, Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada. That's still being considered. Then there's Dallas, Texas, with the oversupply of homes at a really good price. Dallas, Texas is interesting. There's Tennessee. We actually like an area called the Tri-Cities. So Tennessee is cool. Or you can move to like Nashville, I guess, if we wanted to live in the big city. So Nashville, Tri-Cities. There's also Knoxville. That's cool. That's a cool place too. Florida is really nice. Like Naples, Florida would be neat. But I think it's really overpriced. And you have to pay for so much hurricane insurance. And I think it would be a real risk for the cards to be where all the hurricanes are. So, you know, Reno, Nevada is looking real nice, to be honest with you guys. Reno, Nevada, Tennessee, and Dallas. All three of those look really good. Las Vegas seems cool because of all the entertainment. So I like that as well. Okay, Eddie Morales. What do you guys think? I would love to hear some input from you guys. Very nice. Texas is very good, especially for getting a home. Had several friends move out there. Yeah, I heard that there's an oversupply of homes in Dallas, Texas right now, and that they're underpriced as a result. And it's like, it's got me going, man, maybe I should just go get a cheap, big home in Texas and go live in Dallas, Texas, because there's like 8 million people over there. To put that in perspective, there's like 90,000 people in Lake of the Ozarks. It's empty out here. There's nothing. So there's like 8 million people in Dallas, Texas. And with so many people, there's going to be so many restaurants, doctors. You have lots of doctor options. You know, Karis and I want to have a kid. And they've got lakes too anyways. You know, they got some nice lakes. They're going to build amusement parks, presumably, because they got enough people to sustain that kind of stuff. So where there's a lot of people, there's a lot of business. Lake of the Ozarks, very remote. It's a nice place to sort of like experience nature. Actually, it's really beautiful. I'm not lying. It's truly beautiful out here. We do live across from the state park, Tonka State Park, and we just see these big Missouri hills. They're gorgeous. And it's about to be extremely gorgeous out here. People come out to Lake of the Ozarks from Kansas City, Springfield, and St. Louis. It's right between all three of them. And the area appears to be developing rapidly. And we just have this really special lake house that we got for dirt cheap. Gorgeous lake house, $650,000. This same lake house would cost like $1.5 million somewhere else. So we got it dirt cheap, easy mortgage, not a complicated thing. So the temptation is to just stay put. But then AI always says we should move out of here. So I don't know. It's really complicated. I can't 100% decide. Hey, mister, if you can find my South Park Death PSA 8, you can give that away as just a giveaway. Maybe just pick 2 winners at the end. Ooh, okay. Let's see. So is South Park Death PSA 8? Let's see if we can find that. You know, those South Park cards, I think they have a better shot when they're PSA 10. I noticed when I sell really niche anything, it has to be a 10. Because if it's like an 8 or a 7 or a 9, people go, you know what? I'm not even sure if I want that at all. They look at it like it's tainted. Like this is a 9 over here. I'm not so sure how well that's going to perform. eBay might be a little bit better to you. I'm not sure if it would be way, way better. All right, so here's the Kenny card. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I know which one you're talking about. The one you're talking about would be Stan's grandpa or something, right? This one's really cool. I like that a lot. We were priced like, look, this is a good 10 right here, Chef. So if I were you, I would hold on to the Chef and try to sell at a full price. I like him. I would take my time on the Chef card. Sometimes just getting rid of your other grades feels good. Lets you move on emotionally to other things, you know. I tend to give away a lot of my slabs. So I'll have a slab that doesn't sell for a while, and I'll just be like, you can have it. Nobody showed interest, and so now you can just have it. Okay, that's not it. Well, it must be at the very bottom of the box or something. Which state do you have the most viewer from? I don't know. Everybody shout out their state right now. Everybody shout out their state. Shout out your state. We'll see where everyone's from real fast. Oh my God, it was in the very last row. Here it is. I'm in San Fernando Valley, which is in the greater Los Angeles. It's terrible out there and only getting more and more expensive. Yeah, I was watching a video today talking about homelessness in California. I was actually, so it started out, I was just watching a video on things to do in San Diego because I was analyzing California. And then another video auto-played. It was a documentary made by a guy from like Europe, and he was talking about homelessness in Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Antonio, or not San Antonio, and San Francisco. And he was it was like over an hour long, and I was doing my tag submission work, so I was just sitting there watching the whole thing. It was pretty rough, man. It was really interesting. It's like this huge, huge rift between the haves and the have-nots, because the haves typically have some sort of gigantic income. So they moved out there, they bought a nice home, and then the have-nots are like barely holding on, and then one bad thing comes around and just destroys them. Like some sort of addiction comes into their life, some sort of breakup with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and they can't afford life all of a sudden. Just some crazy thing happens, and it's all over for them. It was interesting to watch. It was pretty painful looking. I feel like a lot of those people would actually do well here in Missouri. The pressure is lower. You can buy a cheap trailer house out here. It's really not that expensive. And then you can just get like an average job and live like, you have like a house. And it wouldn't even be that abnormal. Like there's plenty of people out here of the same means as you, and no one's really judging each other. Not that much anyways. Let's see. But if you're living in a bougie place, they're all looking at you going, ew, disgusting. Get this poor away from me. Gross. So if you're living in a bougie area, you kind of deal with that at least a little bit, I assume. But there's plenty of poor places in Missouri where they're like, yeah, you're poor, I'm poor, welcome in. Very different perspective. But, so when I watch videos about California, it's sort of interesting to see the suffering over there. Sarah Dusenberry's back. 1 box shiny treasures, 2 OP13s. Wow. This episode brought to us by Sarah Dusenberry. We are. Let's see. I know I brought another box of that in here. Where did I place it? I bought another box. Where is it? I brought 2 boxes. Oh, there it is. Nearly invisible to see. Ooh, let's do the OP13s first. I like those first. The state of homelessness is terrible. A lot of people being displaced from their homes because it's not feasible. Houses that should be no more 500K are tipping over 1 million. So it's not just that, actually, though. I learned just being homeless in California, you will get like a stipend, just like free money. but then also California has like the best weather. And so that's a really powerful combination. So what they were finding is there were homeless people that were like homeless in places like Missouri, and they just take like a bus to California and they go be homeless in California. So California just gets all the homeless people eventually because you guys give them free stuff, you're nice to them, and the weather is sunny, not a lot of snow, not a lot of 100-degree weather. And so they can live very comfortably and do whatever it is they're doing while they're homeless, probably a little bit of drugs. All right, give me a second. There we go. All right. So I guess the point is it would be easier to take care of your homeless population if you weren't busy absorbing the homeless population from everywhere. All right. Ooh. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da. Now kiss. All right, enough of that. Ready? Snipping time, snipping up these pokey boxes. I'm in Statesville. Let's see what people said. So I see Nevada, Idaho, California, Texas, Nevada, Texas. I did it again. You burned down my house. All right, let's go ahead and start sneeping. I know we get a lot of people in Texas because I ship a lot to Texas. I know we also get a decent number of people in California too. I think it makes a lot of sense. Both those states have lots of people in them. There we go. All right. Karis's parents were originally from Texas and New Jersey. And they both moved to Missouri, and that's where they met each other. So they weren't born in Missouri. I was born in California on a Navy base. I'm a native Californian. There we are. All right. Very nice. But Karis's parents were from Texas and New Jersey. California so cool to the homeless. California, super cool to the homeless. California, super nice to the homeless. All right. Yeah, you guys are super nice to the homeless, which is what everyone wants. But then, ironically, it doesn't solve the homelessness issue. It actually guarantees you'll get more. Because everyone goes, wait a second. I can just get some free food over there, some free stuff. And I can live outside because it's comfortable. So having the best weather is kind of a dangerous thing. But you know, there's a lot of stuff like you guys are more tolerant toward drug use and stuff like that. If you go to a conservative place in Missouri, they'll shut that down so fast. They won't tolerate it even like for a half second. They'll say, it's never going to happen here. So there are places in Missouri that are so conservative, you would never get away with doing the drugs. So when you tell people, we're going to give you money if you're homeless, we're going to give you aid if you're homeless, the weather's perfect, and you can shoot up your drugs and we'll just kind of tolerate it, you just end up with a big homeless population. Ooh, oh, look at that. What is this? SR embossed? That is super cool, man. Wow, these OP13 boxes are pretty cool. You should have that singing clipped. You're from California? This explains everything. Here we are. My family's all in Missouri. My extended family. Nobody from my family is living outside of Missouri. They're all in Missouri. Irish Germans on my mom's side. And then on my dad's side, Brit Scottish. That's my grandfather. And then grandma's fully Filipino. So I'm quarter Filipino. How funny. You wouldn't be able to tell if you looked at me. I look like a white guy. You are. But then I have siblings that look like 100% Filipino. You wouldn't be able to tell they had a white mom. Because people don't use the help to get back on their feet like they should. They become dependent on it. Yeah, I think the drugs ravage them for sure. I mean, once you've done the drugs for a while, your brain is addled. What are you going to do at that point? You can't take care of yourself. Ooh. All right. This is a nice box. I was born in St. Louis, raised in Ohio, and have moved around from there. Ohio. Ohio's cool. We are. I hear Ohio's a good place that they're like investing for technology a little bit, right? All right. I'm half Filipino, says Mr. Valentine. Those Filipino hoochie mamas, man, they get around. But no, my grandpa was in the Navy, and he met my grandma in the Philippine Islands like a super long time ago. So it wasn't like a super big trend of it or anything. So, you know, it's kind of interesting. It's interesting when I think about it, because I also was thinking the other day about how my mom was pregnant at 18. That's how she had 11 kids. She was pregnant right away. And she ran away with my dad to the Navy to California at like the age of 18. So crazy. So I must have had a crazy mom right at the start. There we go. I realized they never had a proper marriage. I never heard about it. And they had a marriage later where it was like, it was a real marriage. There you go. Did you indirectly call your grandma Hoochie Mama? Hoochie Mama's not a slur. There we are. I don't know what you think Hoochie Mama means. There we go. Yellow fever. If it ain't corn, it ain't Ohio. All right, snipping this. All right. There we are. Very nice. Hoochie Grandma. She's pretty old. She's, I think she's like 85. She's basically a great grandma now. Yeah, she's a great grandma. It's a little bit of a difference. You know, you're a grandma at like 50. She's a great grandma. She's real old. There we are. Very nice. Real old. They live, my grandma and grandpa on my dad's side, they live in a tiny home, real small, on a big piece of acreage in Kansas City. We used to drive there, and when we would drive to their home, there was nothing out there. It was like kind of like the sticks, you know. You drove past big fields, big empty fields. I went to my grandma's house for the first time in like 17 years, and we were driving to their house, and I could kind of remember the road from when I was young, and it had all changed. There were houses everywhere. The whole area had been developed. So all the land had been bought up and turned into new homes. And Kansas City had been expanding the whole time. It's really interesting to see. But their home was still on their chunk of land. It was so interesting. It was just this big empty plot of land, and that goes into the woods. And it's this house that must have been built like 100 years ago. I mean, it's so bad. Tiny little home, improper bathrooms, a staircase that's nearly vertical like a ladder. Crazy. There's like a rope you hold on to while you climb up it. Yeah, they still live in it. And here's the craziest part. They live in that house their whole life with no air conditioning and no heating. So I was in there in the summertime, 2 years ago, sweating my balls off. I thought I was going to die of overheat. And they're just, they're in they're in the home talking to me like everything was cool. And I was like, how do you guys do this? That's crazy, man. It's so hot in here. You are? Ohio is strange. Pockets of development, but it's a much larger state than people realize. Lots of rural decay. Yeah, there's so many states, it's kind of crazy. America's humongous. There really is a lot of room in America. America really could accept a lot of immigrants from around the world, because it's not the case that there's not enough room. It's the case. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, it's boa footcock or something. Is it Hancock? Footcock. Here we are. All right. And here's a cold one. How nice. Anyways, so America, the real problem with America is there's no more room in nice places. So if you want to live in San Diego, you better be a millionaire. But there's plenty of room in the rest of the country. You just don't get to live where you want. Wow. Ooh. Boa footcock. Actually, I was going to say the other thing. So I like to call her boa foot penis. There we go. Instead of Hancock. Ta-da! All right, I need an RV. Oh, that's what they were doing in that video on California. So a lot of homeless people, what they do now is they either buy an RV or they buy a camper vehicle or just like a camper trailer attached to a truck. And that's how they live now. And they just kind of move around, and that's how they do it. They plug their electricity up somewhere. Very interesting. There was a guy who they interviewed who was making, it's crazy, $15,000 per month renting RVs in California to homeless people. And he's like, they have a certain guaranteed income from the government, so they're able to pay their rent on the RV. And then he owns the RV, but they live inside of it. So crazy. There we go. RVs are everywhere near. Yeah, and that's actually, so there were some other people, there were like some snooty rich white ladies who like owned really nice homes in California, and they were interviewing them, talking about it, and they're like, they're so trashy. They park their RVs everywhere. I'm worried they're going to kidnap my children, and they do drugs and they leave trash everywhere. And so these ladies that were living kind of like at the top of society, because they had these beautiful like villa homes with gardens and grapevines and little statues, and their homes were like $10 million. Not 10 million, probably like 4 million. But they had like these super homes. And they're like, we pay money to live here. And those guys just park their RVs on the side of the road and get the same land that we do. And we just have to share it with them. And there's nothing we can do about it. They were so mad that they couldn't have sort of like an exclusive neighborhood or spot. You can drive your RV into the town, and then how do they get rid of you? The cops won't get rid of you. So they were really, really angry about that. Here it is. Ooh. They're trying to come up with explanations why they should have to be allowed to get rid of them. They're like, well, it's a fire hazard, and you know, and it's not good for my kids and safety. Which actually, you know, probably they're right to a certain degree. Like, you know, people get, if they're doing drugs at all, or if they're really living in desperation, I'm not exactly wanting to sign my children up for that either. You know what I mean? Like, it's a natural response is what I'm saying, to be a little concerned about that. Like, okay, here's this guy, and he's recently divorced, living in an RV, and he doesn't make very much money, and he's receiving a homelessness stipend, and he is probably doing some kind of drugs from that RV, and oh look, he's right across the street from me now. You know, like, what do you, oh, I guess you can't do anything about it. Welcome, neighbor. So it was, maybe I should become homeless. You get paid to be homeless in California. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. So people receive different kinds of amounts of money depending on how bad their situation was. But like the smallest amount was like $300 per month, I think, which is not a lot of money. But that is still free money. And so what they do is they get an RV, they receive a stipend. And it's funny you would say that, Valentine, because I had watched a similar video to the one I was watching. I watched a similar video like last year. And it was talking about the exact same problem, homelessness in California. And they interviewed a guy who lived by the beach in his, basically it was like a camper situation. He lived by the beach, and he says, it's great. I wake up every morning, I go swimming. I have like an egg or something for breakfast, right? He's like an egg and a piece of toast. So he doesn't have much. But every day he gets to go swimming in the ocean, and he has no job. So all day long, he just gets to play on the beach. And he's like, it's the best life. And he made this argument. He said, what would you rather do? He was looking at the camera. He said, what would you rather do? Would you rather own a bad home in Cleveland, Ohio? I'm just beating up on Ohio. Would you rather own a home you don't want in Ohio, where you have to work 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week to pay for this home that you don't want? Or would you like to live on the most pristine beach in California for free and then not have a job? You just get all your time to yourself. And he's like, that's why everyone's out here. So he was explaining he wasn't even from California. He has sold his home and become a homeless man in California. And he's like, I'd rather be a homeless guy here than a working man in my original hometown where I have to actually pay off my home. And I was like, that is a very interesting take. Everyone in the RV does drugs. Good rule to live by. If you see anyone in an RV, they are on drugs 100%. Yeah, and so these ladies, they were snooty ladies. What was annoying about them is how nice they were. They were like super nice. They had really bougie clothing on. They had jewelry, expensive jewelry. They actually interviewed these ladies for a while, and they took the guy who was making the documentary shopping with them, and they were buying like, okay, so get this. One of them ended up buying $80,000 of clothing in one shopping round. And it's like, how much money do you have? It was like ridiculous. $80,000 in clothing. She's like, yeah, you have to let people know your worth. I was like, Jesus, dude. And she was in a job in sales, and she's like, when I wear clothing like this, I'm so confident, and my customers know I take care of myself, and they know they're getting the best because she's like, I am the best, and I buy the best clothing and wear the best earrings. And it was just kind of crazy. And when they were shopping, they actually had like a helper. So they're so rich that they go shopping with an assistant where they buy the clothing and then they leave the store, and the assistant actually has the credit card, pays for everything, and puts it away for them. What? And so they were complaining about the homelessness, but it's very fascinating to see this ultimate divide between the haves and the have-nots, where the divide is super severe. And what do you do about it? Do you tax the rich more, or do you say, hey, homeless people, you're priced out of this place. Get the hell out. You could go live in Tennessee with Cardconomist. You know what I mean? Like, what do you actually do? What's the best solution? Ooh, look at this. Because that's one of the solutions, by the way, is just to have everyone who can't afford it get out. You're priced out. You're right. Like, I'm not allowed to live in the wealthiest neighborhood in Missouri either. I don't have the money for it. I'm not allowed to live in Switzerland. I don't have the money to live in Switzerland. So what if you just move to Switzerland by hitching bus rides, and then you just picked a spot on the street and propped a tent up? Switzerland might kick your ass out of there. They might be like, no, that's not happening. But you could do that. If Switzerland allowed you to, you could just get some sort of flight to Switzerland, bus ride to maybe the nicest town in Switzerland with the most scenic views, and then just set up some makeshift tent and start doing fentanyl or whatever. So you could do that. And if Switzerland tolerated it, voila, you're living in the nicest part of Switzerland. And Switzerland goes, here you go. You're not rich like we are. So here is $300, $400, $500, $600 just for existing. Oh, you're homeless. We're going to solve this, And ironically, it's not solved. You've actually cost more of it because everyone goes, wait a second. $300 for free, that's pretty good. Because I can get a little side job doing back alley stuff with my feet. And then, I pick up my $300 as well from the government. And now I've got a nice little tent going on over here. And I can live my lifestyle, and maybe I'll get lucky, and maybe I'll be discovered by, like the Hollywood or something, or maybe I'll get to find a much better paying job at some point, so you can pursue your dreams while you're hanging out there. We are. All right. But so that's kind of how it's working, I think. I think it works something like that. You want to raise a kid? Idaho's a great place. I'm moving to Idaho, the potato town. Look, you got Oinkloni. That's Noibat. Beach bum me, please. I'd get bored of the beach within 3 days. That guy in particular, he picked like the most popular surfing beach in California, and he owned a surfboard and a wetsuit and everything. And so he would say, like, I come out here, I meet sexy women on the beach. He was actually not bad looking. That was the interesting part. So he was not ugly. He was like fit because all he does is surf. And so he's like, I'll meet hot girls out here. And, I don't have to go to a job. All I have to do is hang around and, try my shot at some people and be homeless. Yeah, it's a very fascinating thing. It's a very fascinating thing. Here we go. Here's Wigglytuff. My dream has always been to do back alley stuff with my feet. Oh, no. Skagging on some waves. Here's... Ta-da! We've got this guy who is a Scarlet Violet Pokemon. He's based on a real animal. I've seen this animal before. It uses its long finger to pick bugs out of a tree. But for Pokemon, they made it so that the fingers are used for like painting or graffiti or something. His name's like Graffi or something. And... ta-da! All right, Sarah. Sarah with the big orders, everybody. Thank you so much, Sarah. Sarah was the big orders for the night. She's been the big orders for the night for a few nights. Here we are. We are blessed by Sarah's presence. Here's Noivern. Here's the piggy. All right. This time, though, we got the flower, Glamora. Is it Glamora? I can't remember the name. Ooh. So are any of you guys stuck on Elden Ring, Night Ring, Everdark, Libra? I'm ready to I'm ready to help people through the Libra fight. Karis and I have gotten too good at it. I beat him like 3 times in a row. I don't know if you guys play that game at all. Night Rain. Wait, did I sleeve up some hollows? I don't know if you guys play that game Night Rain at all, but I've gotten pretty good at that guy. He's really tough. I've been thinking about recording it too. We are. Okay, whoa, that's a fat bag, dude. I think you're ready for another bag, Sarah. Okay, let me grab another bag. So, Sarah, what's your favorite Pokemon? I know in One Piece you like the sexy men in One Piece. What about Pokemon? You got favorite Pokemon? Okay. Miss Sarah. Sarah Dusenberry. Hit that like button. I like the Dung Beetle Pokemon. Rabska? Yeah, he's pretty new, isn't he? He's from Scarlet Violet. Let's go ahead and rotate these. Pack split, pretty pricey, $66. Here's Moltres. Here's Team Rocket's Tyranitar. This is a gym break, and it's just waiting for someone to join. We got Professor Oak 9. Here's Nazgul Terror. And here is Princess Peach, Queen of Spades. Okay. We graded up some of these Mario cards to see what those would do. We sold some. People actually bought them. Martin Ramirez is here. Pre-grade the Moltres and 1 Trick or Trade. You got it, Martin Ramirez. Trick or Trade will be back here, I believe. We're getting pretty close to Halloween, and I think there's a chance we get another Trick or Trade set. Now, the question is, what Gengar will we get in that Trick or Trade? If there is a Gengar. Can you guys think of one? Has there been a holographic Gengar card from one of the recent sets? Hopefully we don't get the 151 Gengar. That would be disastrous. I think that would be bad. We are. Oh, look at that. Martin's so easy. Wow. Okay. Mr. Martin. Very nice. Try those Trick or Trade cards out sometime, guys. We got plenty of them. Now, Martin with an M. We got plenty of them because I like them. Did you hear the new Chinese Gem Volume 3 set? Yes. The Chinese sets are very concerning because people are wanting to buy those up, and we don't know what their print waves are going to look like. They could just keep they could just keep printing them and printing them and printing them. And so I don't really know what to think of them. They're way overpriced because of the exclusivity. I don't know what to think of them. It's a gamble. Let's put it that way. It's a gamble because we don't know what Pokemon's policy will be on those cards. All right, this card's looking pretty good. It's got some sort of smudge lines up there, but they're very faint. I like the centering. The centering's pretty dang good. I'm going to say 10 minus on this one. I think this card has a shot at a 10 for sure. Would I send it to BGS? No. So the wheels can, the rollers can leave a smudge behind rather than a print line. It can leave a faint line, a faint smudge line. Why don't I teach you guys about that real fast? Pretty sure I saw them. Yeah. So I don't think this is caught by the machine, but you never know because they use forensic stuff. Let's see if I can show them off somehow. How do my eyes see them? Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Wow, my eyes can see them, but the camera cannot see them quite as easily. So do you see them right here? It's line 1 and line 2. Do you see that? Line 1 and line 2. It's faint, isn't it? But I believe that is caused by the roller pushing them through. I've seen them before. I've seen them more prominently. Yes. That's a good Galarian Moltres. I recommend grading it. Now, Tag Grading does not grade Korean cards. I'm going to recommend to them they start grading Korean cards. Doesn't come out the 20-something of this month. What, Gem 3 comes out that soon? I didn't know that. No, I didn't hear about that. We are? All right. That's pretty soon. All right. What time is it? It's 5? Wow, we made it through pretty late tonight. Wow. All right. What do we got? We've got Magnemite, Solgaleo, Clefairy, Sandshrew, Kuromi. a nice looking Kuromi. Let's take a quick look at this. Last priced on $7.25. This Rocky Returns Magnemite definitely needs a fresh price. This is the kind of card you should definitely be thinking about acquiring. It's a super low pop Rocky Returns card. There is not even one for sale. That's not a surprise. Okay, last sold on August 6th for $325. So that's this price, and that means mine is for sale, and that one is not for sale. You know what this means, right? It means I get to do a higher price. I'm going to raise it by 15% over $325. Tempted to raise it 20%. Let's see. $325 is already pretty expensive, though. Actually, let me see the cheapest Rocket Returns cards. Returns reverse. Okay, Rocket Returns reverse. So let's see what the cheapest Rocket Returns reverse holo is. Buy it now. Magnemite is a very cute card. Ladybug, which sucks. Oh, he might actually be worth a little more than $325, huh? Cool. Okay, well, that is, again, just not a surprise. This card's been going up for me for a while. Okay, so he's going to be priced at $380 now. If you had bought this guy earlier, you would already be benefiting from a card that went up. I would argue it went up. If its last sold is $325 and there's none for sale, there's none of them for sale, that is always the sign that a card is kind of going up in price because there's not enough to meet demand. Okay. Professor Oak's jacket looks like a pause button. What? Who? This red marker doesn't mean anything other than that I think this is a special card. That's all it means. Long time ago, not super long actually, a while back, red used to mean that the card is overpriced. It no longer means that. That is the standard price now I'm choosing for it. Lilius Solgaleo for $300. I'm going to put this in here. I'm not going to count that amongst the expensive cards. Here's Clefairy, huh? That's nice. I like that. We're going to do that with this too. This one's coming out. These poker cards are interesting, but we're going to treat them more like standard cards. When you add slabs, it feels like the table never fills up. What are you saying? Oh, I like this one. I gave him an A because I thought he was really good. Pop 13 holographic Topps Haunter from Top Series 2. Really, really special card here. Probably ought to just list that one on eBay because I think it would sell right away. PSA 10 Topps Haunter. This is a really good one. Let's see. Let me check the last sold. There is a Spectra version for it for sale. Yeah, okay, so I think we are going to lower it actually. From $750, we're going to go to $699. So this one will be slightly more affordable. Sometimes the price goes up. Sometimes I feel like the price might be too high. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the Mega Evolution set's comes out the same day. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know the Mega Evolution set's on the way. We are. All right. This is going to say $695. And what was his population again? Super low, right? Okay, let's see. All right. Oops. Here's Clefairy. Ooh, Clefairy. Pokemon is wilding right now. Yeah, they're wilding. $450 for that Clefairy. It's because it's a particular Clefairy. That is a, I call it a teardrops hollow foil. So see how it's got a special pattern on it. Well, that makes it like Print Wave 3 or Print Wave. I call it Print Wave 3. That's what I think it is. Oh, here it is. Flame print. Other people call it flame print. There's actually one for sale, and it is much cheaper. So we're going to copy that. Okay, price coming down on the Clefairy. Flame print Clefairy for 200. Okay. I guess it's because Clefairy's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the most desirable Pokemon, probably. Or Clefairy. When I was younger, my sisters really liked Clefairy. They all thought Clefairy was adorable. I don't know what this music is. Okay. Good. When you see that big sticker and the red price tag, you know you're looking at a more expensive card. Okay, let's see what you guys are doing over here. Anything going on over here? So, did you guys type in 100K? Did you guys type this in, 100K? Let's take a look. We've got Shinobi. Shinobi. Thuji. And Aovic. Good. Very nice. So now we're going to determine who gets that spot. Lands on 6. It's actually you, Mr. Aovic. How nice is that? All right. Toss that in there. Mr. Aovic. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, well. That was the Sunday night stream, guys. I think it went pretty well. Why don't I price up just 2 more slabs, and then we'll call it quits. So what's this? When was that guy priced? Okay. PSA 10. Carddass Gengar. That is a true red Gengar. And I'm sure he won't be very affordable. Oh, there's not one for sale. Okay, that's interesting. All right. All right, so I am going to lower him to 3,950. If you are the person who pulls this Gengar over here, the Mega Gengar, I'm recommending you buy the red Gengar to go along with it. I know you might not be able to afford it, but look, here are the numbers here, and here are the numbers here, okay? So that is pretty good. So if you pull this one, you should buy the other one. Now, in the meantime, pretty much anyone's allowed to buy this. Yes. All right. Monday night. Mr. That Hitmonchan Poker Slide by 1 is very popular on my Pokemon groups that I posted on. Oh, nice, dude. Glad to hear that. 4,000. And we're going to say 925. 33. Yeah, it's really rare, actually. It's because of it's a particular poker set, the leaf green set, which there's just not a lot of that out there. Some poker sets are more common. Like, actually, the Pokemon Red deck's pretty common. Same with the Green deck. Red deck and Green deck are common. So I find it funny that the Red deck sells so well. Like, it's one of the most expensive decks, it turns out. I guess that's because people like the Charizard on the back. So, you know, that's an important feature of it. Blue deck is not doing super well. Green deck is not doing super well. Yellow deck is also interesting. It's got Pikachu on the back. Pikachu is popular. And the yellow deck might end up being the absolute most expensive one because you just can't get a hold of it. There's not a lot of it out there. Now, and then when you talk about Leaf Green, Fire Red, there's not a lot of that either. Leaf Green, Fire Red appears to be pretty rare. So this is priced on $725. Fruit of Grisai signature. Okay, let's try this out. 10. Weiss Fruit of Grisai. Grisea. Whoa! Look at this fruit of Grisai bunny girl. Holy! They don't play around, man. They just get right to it, don't they? But I'm not seeing this character at all. Wow! I mean, look at this one. This is Sheltered Young Lady Yumiko signed 550. Crazy. I don't know what we have. We have Embracing Affection, Amen, Amane. Here's a Love at First Sight, 9.5, 300. It's the same character, but different signature. Oh, wait, here it is. Now, that's ungraded, though. That one's ungraded. So, for raw, it's 150. Yeah, that's definitely raw. How does that look? I think I'm going to lower it just because it didn't sell right away. And then I think over time, what we'll do is we will go ahead and stick this into the waifu shuffle. Everybody that commented on it told them to check your channel and live out because you are the one that sells them. So hopefully those people are coming by. Oh, that's really kind of you, man. I really appreciate that. We are. I need to hand out more big cards like that then, huh? I mean, really, if I knew you were going to do that more often, I'd give more of those away. The recommendation is valuable. There we go. All right. But we are giving away a nice card today. Take a look, guys. So we just handed out a spot to this. PSA 10, Poker Mario. You know what's interesting about this? Not a lot of people are aware it even exists, but it's actually from 2010. That makes it pretty old. Yeah, it's from 2010. That's 15 years old. So that's really fascinating to me. Okay. $350 for the pristine 10 on this signature card. And, you know, if it's really stuck, we can put that in the waifu shuffle, I think. I don't think we're so overloaded on girl cards that we're going to start putting them up on eBay yet. That is a beautiful round of slabs. Where's that last slab? Here it is. Gengar. Wow. Gengar's, that's pretty good. There we go. Put the Gengar in the center. Let's take a nice picture of this. Okay. So the card that would probably benefit the most from a close-up picture would be this one. Ready? Okay. I love the pixelated ace and hearts on the Mario. Yeah, you want to see that up close a little bit? I might have another one somewhere. I'm not sure. Ooh. I love it. So cute. I like grading weird stuff like that. I'm into Pokemon cards primarily, but I always dabble with other stuff. And actually, I've been collecting Mario cards for a while. All right, so that is the Death Part 3 of 3 from Mr. Adam Pashuis. He said just put 2 names on it. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to hit refresh, reset entries. Okay, we just hit reset entries. Go ahead and type in 100K for the Adam Pashuis giveaway. And let's add him over here to the September donations channel. Adam Pashuis gave away $25. Cool. Ready? So number 1, Cody Hodges. Number 2, Good RNG. We'll roll another 6-sided die. Number 3, Lord Chain. Number 4 is Clue Ould. Number 5 is Scuffa. Scuffa's here? Hey, how's it going, Scuffa? And number 6 is Ruin. Did we already have Ruin? No. Landing on 5. Who is that? Scuffa? Wow. All right. Joshua Collings, right? I think is it Josh Collings or Joshua Collings? There it is. What did I even win? This is a 1998 South Park card. Do you watch South Park? Graded PSA 8. Donated to us by No You're a Towel. See, he's right there in chat, so you can thank him if you want. And it's just a nice little card that didn't grade very well. Okay, there it is. I just whipped your bag. So, it's all good, guys. We had a nice Monday night stream. We'll be back on for Tuesday. Hope you guys will be there for the Tuesday vertical stream. It's vertical stream time, guys. Yes, we do vertical streams in the daytime. Labor Day is over. Karis is going back to work, and I have been working the whole time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice night. You got any vintage? No.